We are live. Welcome, my friends. Welcome. It's been a little bit. I might be a little bit out of it, and I may sound stuffy as all hell. I can't really tell. In my head, I sound very stuffy. Welcome. We are here tonight. We have the opening game, the first in the Mech Warrior. No, we'll just call it the Grayland Trios League, because that's what I've been calling it everywhere else. So, I am joined this evening by Fohammer and some crazy numbers, like 111 or something. A fellow combatant, if you will, in other communities, but he has decided to help join, or excuse me, has decided to join to help playtest these crazy rules that I've come up with in trying to run a Mega Mech 3-on-3 league. We currently have 4 teams. Fohammer is playing one of them. I will be playing the other, and then the other 2 remaining teams will be just run by the bot as we go through the motions of testing things out. Fo, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and any other crazy words of encouragement, excitement, things you want to share with the general public.
Hey everyone, I'm Fohammer111, just call me Fohammer. It's a Lord of the Rings reference. But yeah, I'm a big Battletech Mech Warrior fan, played a bunch of Mega Mech, and yeah, looking forward to this. I'm here representing the Federated Suns team, the Golden Suns, in this league match. So yeah, it's should be interesting. 3-on-3 is not something you see a whole lot of in these kind of Solaris style duels. So yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah, and now I'm trying to look for that one list of where I first introduced the teams and what their motivations are or whatever it was, and I don't remember. Oh, there it is. I just found it. Yeah, so the Davion Golden Suns, representing the Federated Suns and assembled by the Davion royal family for this particular team. Now, this week, the Golden Suns will be facing the Taurian Nationals, if I'm not mistaken. No, that is right. Which is representing the Taurian Concordat and assembled by a group of people actively seeking to tarnish the reputation of the Davion royal family by any means. So there's definitely some rivalry that I built in there that I didn't even remember until literally just now. But it'll be
Oh
fun.
yeah, it's definitely a long feud between the Davians and the Taurians. Yep.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. In fact, it ends up driving the Taurians into the Canopian Capellan camps, as it
Yep.
were, at some point. I want to say around the 3040s, 3050s. Not 100% sure if that's exactly right. And then the other 2 teams in the league are the Marik Industrialists, which is the team that I'm going to be playing. They represent the Free Worlds League, obviously, and they're sponsored by a loose amalgamation of several Free Worlds corporations, which is totally, absolutely not at all in line with the balkanized government and political situation going on in the Free Worlds League. Not at all. That's totally atypical.
Yep.
That
Just a
was
pure coincidence.
Yeah, exactly. And then lastly, the second AI or NPC team is the Canopian Travellers, representing the Magistracy. I think that's literally the closest I've ever gotten to saying that word correctly on the first try out loud. But anyway, representing Canopus and sponsored by 3 different traveling circuses, hoping to spread the good word of the Canopians, which are all about, be who you were meant to be and enjoy life or something silly like that. But anyway, so yeah.
Even if you were meant to be a Canopian cat girl.
Yeah, cat girls, rabbit ears, lizard tails, I suppose, if you really wanted to get in there. But yeah, and I'm on War Creek, obviously. I'm the mastermind. I don't know if that's really the right word to use. But I'm the brainchild that put all this craziness together. And yes, 3-on-3 is not a common thing. It's not something you see normally within the lore of the game. It's the biggest thing on Solaris is obviously the one-on-one matches, which of wide variety of different things going on there. But you also see often the duos matches. Those have a lot of weight, comparatively speaking. But like you said, Fo, there's not a whole lot in the 3-on-3, and I decided to go with 3-on-3 because, well, 3 is 1 less than 4, so that's 2 less mechs on the field than a straight-up lance on lance. But I just kind of thought the idea of a 3-on-3 would give it a little bit of length and breadth that you wouldn't get with duos, and you certainly wouldn't get with singles. And, well, here we are, trying to see if this rule system that I put together that a lot of the viewers won't see on the screen. Just gonna see if this works. To the long and short of it is, there's a number of tasks that have to be completed between each match, and the matches will be held weekly. And this is mostly for my viewers. Foe's already gone through the rules probably a half dozen times,
Yep.
trying to find sneaky ways to get me. But yeah, so there's a number of tasks that have to be completed each week. Picking your mechs and your pilots is only one of those steps for each week. And based on those choices that that the players slash coaches, general managers, owners, whatever, depending on the choices they make and the dice roll results that come up, can influence things as well as, insofar as the team's overall continuity. I'm not sure if that's really the right word I want to use there. So this week we have got 2 matches. Next week we'll have 2 matches. And then 2 weeks from now we'll have 2 more matches. And that will be the length of the regular season. There's only 4 teams, so there's 3 matches per team. And then on week 4 will be the 2 best teams of the league will go into the final championship match. So that gives us about 4 weeks to test how these things work and determine, basically find the bugs and smash them, really, I think is the biggest thing. And then finding out what other areas that I didn't think about in the rules and putting all this stuff together. So let's talk about the team. I'm going to very briefly talk about the Taurian Nationals. On the screen, you will see 3 red mechs towards the top of the roster there. Those are the Taurian Nationals. We have 1 elite pilot and 2 green pilots, and they are in a Thunderhawk, a Phoenix Hawk, and an Urban Mech. Looking at the battle values, there's literally 10 points separating the 2 teams. So this is going to be, as far as battle value is concerned, is going to be a very equal match. Fo, why don't you talk about some of your choices here and what led you to bring the Marauder, the Shadowhawk, and the Vulcan onto the field today?
Yep. So I have the Marauder, the MAD 3R standard build, piloted by my 3-4 pilot. So kind of the leader of the team. Should be hopefully be the phrase I'm looking for is the hammer to hopefully hit the Taurans. But while that one's going to be kind of hopefully the heavy hitter, I also have a unusual build for the Shadowhawks, the SHD2D, which is the Davion variant. It's got a little bit of range on it with the AC5 and LRM5, but what I think is really unique to this build is it's got 2 SRM2s and 2 medium lasers, so it can get up close and get some good close range hits in there. But to hold that firepower, I believe it does have less armor than the usual variant, so that's going to be a little dicey there. But that's what makes these Solaris matches interesting, is how dicey it can get. But then to round out the team is the Vulcan VL2T, which again should hopefully be a close range shooter. Maybe it can kind of get in there and mix things up a little bit, but we'll see how it
looks like it's a good crit seeker.
Out.
Looks like it'll be a good little crit seeker type. The AC2's got some range on it, but that's more of a annoyance fire. And I just realized that for some reason my screen capture side of the stream is not catching the little pop-out windows for viewing the stats or whatever for the individual mechs. But just for the viewer's sake, we were talking about the Shadowhawk there, and it does have. This isn't the standard. This is one of the variants. I want to say it's the 2H. Is that? That sounds like that's the right one. I
believe the 2H is the standard.
Yeah. So this one has
like a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and I remember with the 2H, it has the AC5, the LRM5, and maybe it's just got a couple of lasers or something like that, where it has a little bit of everything for as far as range brackets go, but it doesn't have in this case like the 2D. It's got those 2 lasers and those 2 SRM2s, which can definitely make a difference up close. So basically, you could easily start chipping away at armor as you approach, and then finally getting into knife fighting range and start really doing some damage. Of course, the Marauder 3R. Let me see. This should be the. I'm pretty sure it's PPCs and large lasers or something like that. No, two PPCs, two medium lasers, and an AC5. So again, this is a long-range fire support mech. This is meant to just make big freaking holes from a distance. That would be, probably the more common use for that one. And then on the Taurian side, we have the Thunderbolt 5S. That's probably the most dangerous piece of equipment on the field for them. They've got quite a bit of, they've got the large laser and an LRM-15 for the long-range pokey bit. Once you get in close, you've got 3 medium lasers, an SRM-2, and 2 machine guns. This thing is meant to, again, punch holes and pull out guts. That's really what it's for.
And it's effective at all ranges.
Oh, yeah.
I was about to say that the Marauder does have a tendency to overheat quickly, firing dual PPCs, especially at range. But the Thunderbolt, with that large laser and the 3 medium lasers, can get pretty toasty as well.
Yes, and in both cases, as with many mechs, there's a certain heat management that you need to pick up on pretty quick. Looking at the other 2 mechs, we have, of course, the Phoenix Hawk 1, which has large laser, 2 medium lasers, and some machine guns. Another mech that can easily get hot really fast. Of course, the easiest way to get around that is just don't use the large laser as much. And then lastly, we have the Urban Mech R60. And I personally cannot stand urban mechs, so when this baby popped up randomly in the rosters when I generated them, I was like, oh, God. I wanted to pull the GM card and be like, nope, we're not doing it. But I was like, no, maybe somebody will play it, and maybe they could do something good with it. Who knows? But, of course, this is just the AC-10 and the small laser version. Very slow, which is one of the things I hate most about the urban mechs, is how slow they are. If they had a little bit of maneuverability, they might actually be worth half a shit, in my opinion. But I've also probably just pissed off at least 60% of the Battletech community by saying that the Urban Mech is a shitty mech.
It's a meme mech,
It really is. It really is.
But you know what? But that's what's interesting and what makes it a meme mech is, this is the variant with the AC-10, like you said. So it's not the AC-20 variant that can really surprise the hell out of you.
Yeah, the one that you leave hidden. The one you leave hidden until it's got a prime shot.
Yeah, the prime, rear arc
oh,
shot
yeah.
from the AC-20.
Oh, yeah.
But still, even though it's not fast, this could be something that could potentially be parked at range with that AC-10 and just, get some annoying shots off. And, then it becomes a question of, do you deviate to try to take care of that annoyance and possibly open yourself up for a flank or, rear arc, or, do you just let it get 3 shots on you? It's just enough of an annoyance that it, has to throw in, a wrench into your calculations. How do you deal with it?
Exactly. And then speaking of, getting too focused on one thing or the other, while you're dicking around with the Urban Mech, that Phoenix Hawk is going to be out there. Now, mind you, we're thinking like how players would play, and you're going up against the bot this week. God only knows what will happen, because I've seen the bot pull off some really weird shit. Sometimes it makes sense, and sometimes you're just sitting there going, what in the hell was that all about?
Yeah.
All right, so normally what I do, I usually just pick a side and have the bot take the opposite side. So I guess we'll just let you choose, and then the bot can come in on the opposite side. I'm not going to be very particular. Myself, I'll be a spectator for this round. After this match, we'll have the Industrialists taking on the Canopian Travellers. And, we'll dive into some of how this match goes and whatnot. Excuse me.
Okay.
So, yeah, go ahead, choose your side, and then we'll have the bot take the opposite, and we'll get started.
And just for one last thing for the audience at home, the maps are randomly generated, correct?
Yes, all the fights will be on a 21 by 21 generated map, meaning that, for those unfamiliar, the map will be generated at game start. So it'll be different each time, which can be good, it can be bad. It's just a matter of how things happen. So you took the north. I'm going to put the Nationals on the south, and then all of us need to click done, and it should start it up.
To follow their inner sphere positioning, what is it, core word versus rim word?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So hopefully we don't have too many delays or anything of that nature. Hopefully I'm paying attention. I will say that for the viewers at home, some things may appear to be a little slow, and that's because as each round of combat takes place, I'm taking notes so I can properly account for mech repairs after the fact. Let me go ahead and zoom this out just a little bit so the viewers get a little bit better of a view. Though probably not that great of one. So right now, Fohammer is deploying. He is deploying on the... Oh dear, I already forgot what side you were deploying on.
North side.
North side, okay. So,
Yeah, so this should be pretty interesting. I mean, it's not...
lots of cover.
Yeah, lots of cover. It's not a huge level difference. But,
this is not...
It should make long-distance shots kind of tricky with all this cover. So...
Yep. Somehow we did not get a 21 by 21. We have a 21 by 16. Or something like that. I think. No, we're good. We're good. It is 21 by 21. I don't know what I'm thinking. Friends at home, I have to apologize. I spent the last week dealing with the after effects of COVID, and today I'm super stuffy. So we'll just blame my immune system trying to kick everything out of my body for any mistakes I make.
Normally I don't do this, but I want to try to draw out and see where they're going to put their heaviest units. I'm going to place the Marauder there.
Okay.
Deploy Urban Mech in the woods over there.
Yeah.
So
bottom right. That's an interesting placement. They've got 2 jump, so that can be worked with.
Yeah,
it's a little tedious, but
I wonder. Well, again, we can't really tell with the AI's things, but if I was a player, I think that's actually a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
There's lots of cover there for just letting off AC 10 shots without, being, it worth getting in there and trying to mix it up.
Yeah, that's in order to get in there, you'd have to get, in order to get effective shots, you'd probably have to get in pretty close, and that takes the chance of not only eating the AC 10 fire from the Urban, but also taking fire from the other mechs on the opposing team.
Phoenix Hawk just deployed in close support. I kind of mirrored what they're doing. So last one is just my Vulcan, and then they'll deploy the heavy.
The Thunderhawk.
What do I want to do though? Do I want to see information? I think I'm gonna be a little cheeky and maybe go out here for the Vulcan.
Well, we didn't get to see where it went, but we'll see it in a moment.
Yeah, we'll see it in a second. Yep. So I won the initiative.
Yep. Oh yeah, you definitely stuck them way out on the corner, and they paired the Thunderbolt.
Did for the Thunderbolt.
Yep.
Yeah, so which is actually
they moved the Urban Mech already.
Yeah, they see that. I think that's what's happening here is that they're trying to move the smaller units first, and try to draw out the larger units towards the end to see what the positioning is. Yep. But yeah, that's actually I think going to be a disadvantage for me because I was hoping that he would park the Thunderbolt out by the other mechs and not all the way out on the flank, but yeah, kind of mirrored.
It's not a bad spot for the Thunderbolt. Depending on visibility, those LRMs are going to be raining down. I do want to point one thing out that I forgot to mention before we got into this. So I'm going to be tracking the damage level based on the rule set with light, moderate, heavy, crippled, etc. So if you get to a point where your pilot would otherwise be trying to get off the field, remembering, of course, that this is essentially a Solaris match, surrender flares would probably be happening as per the lore, but obviously with Megamech, we have to kind of game the system a little bit. So what you would want to do is, if you end up in a position where your pilot is basically going to surrender, or you want that mech out of the fight without taking any more damage, then you just simply eject, and then don't worry so much about your pilot, because I should be tracking mech damage and pilot hits, so any hits from that ejection won't count. Obviously if you already have taken hits before that, that'll be a different story, but just FYI for you, the bot is set at all the default values for its different parameters for behavior, so it should have forced withdrawal in effect. It is your choice if you want to engage a mech that is withdrawing, but any mech that is down, based on some of the rules, may or may not affect some of your rolls at the end. Which reminds me, I need to open that up before I forget. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna kind of narrate.
Yeah.
Here, so
go for it.
I think I'm gonna move the Shadowhawk up. It's gonna leave it a little vulnerable, especially to the Thunderbolt, I think. But I'm gonna try to get in as close as I can to start with. Yep, and then move that Thunderbolt right over, targeting that Shadowhawk. Which actually is kind of interesting because I thought he was going. The bot was going. I keep referring to it as he, but
It's okay.
the bot was going to move up the
That is interesting.
lighter mechs, but yeah, it just went straight out there. It's super aggressive with that
Yeah,
Thunderbolt,
he
which is
really
kind of
moved.
interesting because now that puts me in a position where I was hoping that I could maybe park the Marauder and get trade off some shots against
Uh-huh.
Thunderbolt, but now it's actually in a position with a lot of woods between it and the Marauder, but it's clearly targeting that
You could
Shadowhawk over there.
I'd have to look at I'd have to do some middle mouse clicking here. But I think you could position the Marauder and the Vulcan to get some shots on that Thunderbolt and have a chance to take that big guy out of the fight early.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it also relies on RNGesus being on your side, and RNGesus is fickle as fate. So.
Oh yeah. As we've been saying lately in our
in Blood Bowl, yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm looking forward to joining. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to joining up with season 2.
Yeah.
But I would say that my the BB2 on Steam has definitely left me with some curses.
Yeah.
Right, listening to Joe and Bob is funny.
I jumped the Vulcan up.
Yeah, I see that.
The woods there. So obviously, I'm trying to get around to like a rear arc towards the Thunderbolt.
You're gonna get the left side.
Yeah, but which
it's
is
10
interesting
hex
because then that actually the Vulcan does not have a lot of armor, so all the Thunderbolt's got to do is just turn around and face it.
Yeah, but jumping will give you a little bit of a modifier though, so that'll help.
Yeah. So the last thing now is for the Marauder to move up because they moved the Phoenix Hawk up. Obviously, they're very clearly trying to engage that.
They're going for that Shadowhawk. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm hoping is that by them getting, I didn't want them to get distracted by that. I wanted them to try to focus on the Marauder, but now at least I'm hoping that with the clear intention of going after the Shadowhawk and kind of leave.
They're leaving that whole flank wide open. Yeah, they're leaving that whole flank open.
I'm just gonna be bold here. I'm just gonna move the Marauder
moving straight up.
Yeah.
I might have used those woods, but that's just me.
Yeah. So if the first
the Phoenix Hawk is like, oh hey.
Yeah. The Phoenix Hawk just turned immediately. And
who's that Phoenix Hawk pilot? Oh, that's Delhay. That's the elite pilot they have. That's Janine Delhay. She's so I'm gonna take a little bit of role play creativity here. That's Janine Delhay, who's like, oh no, that's a big fucker. Fuck that Shadowhawk. I'm fighting the Marauder until you guys can get in here and help me out.
Yeah. Yep.
She is. Well, I mean, assuming because she's elite, she's definitely got some combat experience in her background. Yeah, so for the viewers' sake, this is the year 3022. In fact, I think it's like late February, early March of 3022. I forget the exact date. I have it down somewhere. So this is all pre-Fourth Succession War. In fact, 3022 is in that little gray area where the Federated Suns and the Lyran Commonwealth are trying to figure out what they're going to do.
Yeah, so just to narrate this, the Marauder is also my, not elite, but I think
it's your veteran.
It's my veteran.
Yep.
Is in the Marauder, so definitely not as skilled as the Shadowhawk pilots, but they're definitely two best pilots on the field.
Oh yeah, that's I forget the first name, but that's Pritha, if I'm not mistaken. I can actually look at it. I forgot about that.
Susan Pritha is the name of my pilot. Yep.
Yep, Susan Pritha, 3-4.
Yep. So yeah, she's just gonna do dual PPCs. It's gonna get that Marauder a little toasty. Start off with. I mean, not too toasty, but I'm playing a little bit conservative here at the opening round. But they're gonna.
But you got some good range.
Shots back.
You've got some good range there. You probably got about It looks like about 6 hexes there. So.
Yeah. So that was that done. I think they just passed on the urban mech.
Well, the urban mech
do anything.
Urban mech may not have line of sight.
Shots, so.
11 hexes on an AC-10 is probably going to be long range. So that's a green pilot in the urban mech. That is Thangariki. he's not a very good shot. So he's probably waiting for a better shot.
Yeah. Same thing with the Shadowhawk. There's not a lot. AC5 is not a great percentage. It's basically, well, not to get like too into the numbers, but it's basically a 10 to hit. So that's about the only thing that's like a reasonable.
We're not gonna simp for a 10. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing AP again.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, everything else is just either out of range or just such low numbers that they're not a great pilot. So yeah, that's definitely holding her back at this range. But you never know. I'll just fire an AC5 shot off at the Phoenix Hawk. You never know.
You never know what'll hit, and sometimes it's just that 5 points of damage that can make the world of difference. There goes the Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
I called it a Thunderhawk earlier by mistake, but there goes the Thunderbolt blasting away. Looks like probably the LRM and the large laser.
Yep. So yeah, definitely they made that initial move like they were going after the Shadowhawk, but they definitely
LRM5, the LRM15, just the LRMs. Hits on an 11. Now you got your Vulcan. What are you gonna do with him? I forget what the Vulcan has. It's all
mostly close range stuff except for the AC2. Which,
yep, that's right, AC2.
All it is just a 12 to hit, but
you get that through armor critical, blow out an ammo can.
Yeah, you never know.
We joke, and it's not an ammo can hit. It's a through armor head hit that takes out the pilot somehow.
Yeah. Just to kind of focus fire, it's the same to hit either the Thunderbolt or the Phoenix Hawk, but I think I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I think if I had it,
focus fire thing on the Phoenix Hawk.
I think that's a good call to make. It's a dangerous.
Right.
Oh, let's see. All right, the Marauder has taken a little bit of damage, so that's light damage on the Marauder.
Whiffed on both the PPCs though.
Oh, of course, isn't that always how that goes?
Yep. Actually, that was the only hit
that was the only hit.
Laser. Yep. Everything else just whiffed from everything from the Thunderbolt, the Vulcan. Yeah.
The irony is, if this match ends right now, your repair bill just went up by a whole wealth point, just because of 5 points of damage.
Yeah. So yeah, both the Marauder and the Phoenix Hawk generated a little bit of heat there.
Yeah, nothing. Well, the Phoenix Hawk is
nothing
6.
Major, but
see, for me, major is like anything more than 4. You get up to 4 heat over, and that's when all of the modifiers start tacking on. Yep. So personally, I try to stay away from that scenario. But there goes the Urban Mech, scooching up a little bit.
Is moving up. Let's see.
But we expect the full. I think the computer is going to have it run the Urban Mech first, and then based on whatever your next move is, it'll probably move the Phoenix Hawk or the Thunderbolt. We'll see. We'll see how good my little prediction is. My predictive analysis. So have you given any thought to your persona for when we go from the 4-team league to the 8-team league? Mr. Owner-operator of the Davion Golden Suns?
No, I haven't really given a whole lot. Well, I mean, it's easy to, with the Davions to, go very, what is it?
Ooh, interesting.
Turn is. Yep. See, I was trying to draw out that Thunderbolt, and yep, he definitely pivoted. Now that Vulcan is in a whole lot of trouble. This could go downhill pretty quickly.
But you do have an exposed flank on the Thunderbolt. The drawback is you don't know where that Phoenix Hawk is going to go.
Yeah.
So
the Shadowhawk can't get anywhere close to the Thunderbolt, but the Marauder could potentially not get into a rear arc, but at least that side arc. I'm going to try to move up the Shadowhawk.
Yeah.
See what happens here.
That Phoenix Hawk's got that 696 movement profile, which means you could easily get flanked, depending on where you move your shad.
The unfortunate part is there's not a whole lot of good places I can get to without potentially...
I mean, you got a little bit of... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say without leaving a possible rear arc open, I'm basically gonna have to either deal with multiple woods depending on where he goes, or
Yeah.
um, potentially leave a rear arc open.
I think moving the Shadowhawk into those woods on the flank or on the edge of the map there is not a bad
Yeah,
idea. It'll allow you to see where the Phoenix Hawk moves, which you can then base your Marauders movement. And
he
he
goes
got
straight up face to
close.
face.
But he's
Oh
going to be
no,
hot right now, so unless he's going to blow out a heat sink, he's only got the two mediums and the two machine guns, which is slightly less than the output that you can have. Plus, you still have the heat advantage.
yeah. Well, I think for the Marauder, my last move, I think I'm still gonna go after the Phoenix Hawk because that's the more dangerous.
That elite pilot,
pilots.
yeah.
Yeah. And plus, there's I don't think I can get into its rear arc. I think it's still going to be the left side if I move it up onto that hill. But
I think if you go to 1610, it's still going to be a side shot.
yeah, but I think if I go to 1411, that might be a rear arc.
That very well might be. I think you're right. I think 1411 will be into the Phoenix Hawk's rear arc. One way to find out, eh? I mean,
Yeah.
even if it's not a rear arc, it's still a good juicy target.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how the fire resolution works its way out. We got the Phoenix Hawk firing away. Let's see what we got.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, give me the bounce up or pop up. There we go. Let's see, large laser and two machine guns. Interesting choice for the Phoenix Hawk. What is Delhay thinking? Big damage, little crits. That's what I think Delhay is thinking.
Yeah.
I would have gone with the mediums and the machine guns personally.
Now, I did do dual PPCs that both whiffed last time, but I think I'm going to have to split. I'm going to do one PPC and one AC5 into the Phoenix Hawk.
Oh, you still got that. You got some heat to burn off, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Plus, I don't want it to be like last turn where I just whiffed both of them.
Nothing
And
ventured,
basically
nothing
generate all this
gained.
heat for nothing, yeah.
All right, so he pops off with the PPC and the AC5, both needing 10s and into the rear table, according to the mouse
Yep.
over there. The Urban Mech has also elected not to fire.
Yeah. Now, this is the... I'm interested to see what happens here with the Vulcan and the Thunderbolt.
See, the funny part about that is the Thunderbolt, if he torso twisted to the right, he would catch the Marauder on the right side.
Oh.
Or does he see the Vulcan as a small nuisance that if he ignores too long will cause problems?
Yeah.
Who's in the Thunderbolt? Who do we got? That's Beach. I forget who that is, but that's a green mech warrior right there. But shoring up that flank for only having 2 out of 3 mechs actively in the fight is probably not a bad call to make, to be honest. However, saying that, that Phoenix Hawk is going to take some fire, and maybe alleviating some of that pressure is really the better call to make, and ignore the Vulcan for now. But I'm only armchair generaling here. What do I know?
Yeah. Oh, actually, the Thunderbolt did exactly what you said.
It did twist
into the Marauder. Yep.
That was definitely, in my opinion, that was the smarter call to make. Of the two calls, both were viable, but that was definitely the smarter call to make, I think. So probably large laser and LRMs again. Pretty sure the Thunderbolt's got decent heat sink capacity.
All right, here we go, firing round.
All right, machine gun. So the Shadowhawk takes a little bit of damage. Let me get my notes out. Shadowhawk takes some damage. Phoenix Hawk takes some damage.
Yeah.
What else? Do me a favor. If you see any head hots,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, if you see any head hits, let me know, because I don't always pay attention to the pilot hits.
Yeah, no, the Shadowhawk just took some machine gun damage in the left torso. The
Marauder, Thunderbolt took some hits there.
Phoenix Hawk took, on the rear table, it took the AC5 in the left leg.
Oof.
The
That's
Shadowhawk
disappointing.
whiffed on everything at close range.
Yeah, it did.
The Thunderbolt missed with everything except the LRM-15.
Ooh, that Thunderbolt is going to be a little warm, I think.
Yeah, it hit left torso, left leg,
Yep.
right arm on Marauder,
And the
and
Thunderbolt.
then
Thunderbolt took a
actually
little bit of fire
the best one to bring down was the Vulcan, which hit with everything.
there. Yeah.
It hit with the medium laser in the left arm and right torso for the AC2 on the Thunderbolt.
Not bad. Oh,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
Oh, uh oh, uh oh.
Uh-oh. The
Phoenix Hawk
Phoenix Hawk.
punching.
Oh, your
Physical
Shadowhawk
attack.
just took some... Your Shadowhawk just got bumped up to heavy damage
Yeah,
because of
yeah,
those criticals.
yeah.
Oh,
9
man.
damage to left
He's
torso.
still standing,
Armor
though.
destroyed. Critical hit. 2 locations. AC5 is gone.
Yep. Which, at the moment, is not as bad as it may sound. Because
Yeah.
you still have that... I almost said Phoenix Hawk. The Phoenix Hawk is at close range, so... look at that heat on the Phoenix Hawk, though. 9 heat.
Yeah.
5 heat for the Thunderbolt, which I expected because it fired all its lasers and the LRMs. All right. And you
They
are
won.
down on the initiative at the moment.
Yep. Going first.
So, how does Foe play this? How is his team? Man, that was a hell of a kick. Oh, and you were at a level lower. That could have been a headshot.
Yeah.
That could have been bad. That could have been very bad. Delhay knows what she's about.
Yeah. Well, I think the Shadowhawk, man, do you want to keep him there and hope for some more rear arc shots on the Phoenix Hawk, or do I want to move?
Well, one thing to keep in mind with that critical that your Shadowhawk took, wherever that AC is located, that section has no armor anymore.
Yeah. Actually, that's one thing that the pilot should probably do is don't do this very often, but trying to see where the option is to eject ammo, or if that even is.
Oh, I can't even touch any of the buttons because I'm a spectator.
Yeah.
Dumping ammo, I believe, is actually on the mech view. Systems. Oh yeah, when you view the mech, go to systems and then wherever the ammo is located. So right torso, center torso, whatever the case might be, and then select the ammo, and then it should be the dump button there. If I'm not mistaken, it won't dump this round. It will be dumped next round. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah. Actually, the dump button is grayed out for that ammo.
Oh, in that case, that might be something in the rule settings that I should make note of.
Maybe. That's fine. That's just, yeah. We'll play it like it is, I'm
No,
okay
but that's
with,
I like that. I like having the option.
Yeah.
So I'm because like for
because
me,
that weapon is basically useless.
no,
Actually,
absolutely.
that was really lucky because that ammo is in the left torso that had the through armor. So it's lucky it hit the AC5 and not the ammo
Not the-
for you in that
not
same
the-
area. It's actually got SRM ammo in that same location. So that was
Yeah.
really lucky. You could be looking at a destroyed mech and be
You
down.
could be.
to
You
right
could be.
now.
You could be. I do like the idea of being able to dump ammo in the middle of a match. One of my things about the rule system I'm looking at too is trying to have something, probably not the best word choice, but something close to realistic as possible. Like what would actually happen if you did really have these 30-foot tall robots smacking around each other.
Yeah.
So being
All right,
able to
well,
being able to recognize that your autocannon is fucked, and realizing maybe I should just dump this ammo now before it blows up in my face. Uh-oh,
Yeah.
Urban is in a firing position at the moment.
yeah. First
Yeah.
time this match, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I jumped the Shadowhawk out because knowing that they were in some pretty risky situation there, I don't think they still wanted to go toe to toe with
No.
the Phoenix Hawk. So yeah, just kind of jumped straight back.
See if
was
that
hoping I
Phoenix
could get
Hawk
the
changes
Phoenix Hawk
target.
to follow them, but
I think what's going to happen is that Phoenix Hawk is probably going to move for that Marauder. So now the trick is to figure out how to gimp the AI into doing what you want it to do.
yeah,
And two choices that come to my mind is backing up the Marauder or pushing in with the Vulcan.
yeah, and that's exactly what I was thinking with the Marauder is just backing it straight up.
Yep. I would back
kinda-
it up. Yeah, pretty much like that. I don't think. Ooh,
Oh,
I did not
that's
see that one.
interesting.
I did not see that
That's
one coming.
interesting that the Thunderbolt moved there.
Yeah.
Vulcan on the flank.
Yeah, now that Vulcan has, if I'm not mistaken, a 696. movement profile?
That's correct.
So that means he can probably very easily get into a nice rear arc, and he's got some half-decent weaponry to mess up your day.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I'm not even really paying attention. I'm trying to get a good view for the viewers, and my face is blocking like part of the screen.
Yeah.
Oh,
now, this is interesting.
That is interesting. The Phoenix
Yeah.
Hawk running really hot right now. Just got into your flank on the Marauder. I'm calling medium. I'm calling medium lasers and machine guns, but I don't know if that's actually gonna. I really hope it doesn't try to do anything else. However, and I'm sure you see this as well, the Shadowhawk now has almost rear shots on the Phoenix Hawk.
Yeah, I think it's still going to be.
It's gonna be tough though.
But yeah,
it's gonna be tough because you lost that AC5.
Yeah.
What is Delhay planning?
Okay, so the Marauder is just going to fire medium lasers at the Phoenix Hawk. I think it's.
Let's see what the Phoenix Hawk is doing.
Firing on the Marauder.
All right, the Phoenix Hawk is firing medium lasers and machine guns. Needs 7s to hit. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, everything else for the Shadowhawk is like, yeah, if it had that AC5, that might have been good right about now, but everything else, because of the movement for that Phoenix Hawk, and plus it jumping, is all like single digits. It's basically hitting on 12s for everything.
Yep, and your LRM5s are just inside mid-range, so that's gonna change things up a little bit.
So let's fire medium lasers. What the hell? This is Solaris. I'll fire the LRMs.
Why not? The fans want big booms.
That's right. Actually, I'm just gonna alpha everything.
There goes the Urban Mech firing off with its AC-10.
Yep.
I'm trying to get my mouse over the line so it'll actually pop up. It needs an 11 to hit though. Let's see. Yeah, you definitely are firing everything on 11s and 12s.
Yeah.
All right.
Just out of range for machine guns and flamer on the Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Couldn't get close enough for it, but we'll at least fire into its rear arc. Medium laser is, what was that to hit? Like an 8. Alright, we'll do medium lasers and AC2 on the Thunderbolt rear arc. Let's see what happens.
Alright, here we go. Let's see. The Phoenix Hawk takes no hits. The Marauder takes a few more hits. I don't see anything big jumping out, though.
No, it's all left arm, center torso.
Yep. Phoenix Hawk. Ooh, the Phoenix Hawk takes a bunch of hits. No, I'm sorry. It only takes one medium laser from the Shadowhawk.
Yep.
And then it looks like everything
Urban Mech hits
else.
with the AC-10.
Did he?
Oh, no, I'm
no,
sorry.
he missed. He missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not a lot of real damage being done here. Just a little bit of paint chipping.
Yeah, except for the hits on the Marauder, it was, and you know, the everything else was just, just got that one hit on the Phoenix Hawk, but just center torso.
No big booms this round, but we are in melee range. But they didn't. Oh, because the medium lasers and machine guns are on the Phoenix Hawk's arms, if I'm not mistaken. So we got some heat. We got a little bit of heat build up on that Phoenix Hawk, it looked like. I thought I saw it say 10, but I wasn't paying enough attention fast enough. And the Urban Mech is scooting up again. That Urban Mech is... Who is in that Urban Mech? That's Garricky, isn't it? Yep. Fan Garricky is definitely going in there to get some shots in. And now suddenly I have an echo. I don't know why.
Now, see, this is the dangerous part here for the Marauder, because it basically cannot go anywhere that the Phoenix Hawk could not get into its
correct
rear arc.
So, probably want to put... Obviously, you could do whatever you want. I'm thinking how I would do this, and I would think I would try to either leave the Marauder relatively where he is, or otherwise back up in such a way that the Shadowhawk can support taking down the Phoenix Hawk when he inevitably ends up in my rear arc.
Yeah.
God, would I just wait until I get to announce this fight in my full persona of Olaf Krieg? This will be interesting, man. If I was feeling any bit better, I probably would have had some lines prepped. I mean, we're not talking about James Jives or Duncan Fisher or anything like that, but you know, it'd be worthy to use those as what's the word I'm looking for here? Role models, I guess.
Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna back the Marauder straight up. Wow, that's
wow, that is bold.
Like he's like, just come on.
just kick me in the head. He's just like, just kick me in the head. I think what he's relying on is the fact that you have that AC2, which has a 5 hex minimum range.
Yeah, but now
3
I can
hexes?
just do the flamers and machine guns in his rear arc plus the medium laser. But yeah.
Oh, 4 hex minimum range on that. Yep. Wow.
I'm just gonna
bold.
hold the Vulcan right there.
I would too, and I'm going for the kick table or the punch table with kicking.
Yep. Now this is what I was looking for. Phoenix Hawk moved up.
Yeah.
So
and
now,
none of the weapons on the Shadowhawk have a minimum range, so you don't have to worry about that at all.
Yep. And I can get right into his rear arc. What are we doing on heat on the Shadowhawk? Oh,
he's probably fine.
Yeah, he's fine. So I am just going to move him. I mean, he's going to be vulnerable to the urban mech, but I think this is too.
I think if the Shadowhawk
of a thing.
Yeah, that's definitely
take advantage of that.
you gotta make that risk. You gotta take it. You gotta risk it for the biscuit, they say.
Yeah.
Phoenix Hawk, machine guns, and medium lasers on 6s.
Yeah, I'm actually tempted to go for the urban mech.
With the Marauder?
With the Marauder. I was debating it just because I'm just looking at the hits on the Phoenix Hawk, if that's going to be any...
One PPC hit in any place other than the center torso or legs is going to be disastrous.
Yep.
But that is 1, 2, 3,
I think,
4, 5, 8 hexes.
I didn't see what he moved. He must have just walked or run, not jumped. But yeah, that Phoenix
he
Hawk
jumped too.
has some good.
Oh, the urban mech. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm talking.
No, I was talking about the Phoenix Hawk. Yeah, because the hits are definitely better for the Marauder now. So I'm going to try and focus on the Phoenix Hawk. Plus, just from a role playing perspective, I think the captain of the team would still try to focus on the captain of the other team. So
makes sense to me.
PPC, medium lasers are better to hit, but do I want to do that or do another PPC? 10 heat. Screw it. We'll do dual PPCs into the Phoenix Hawk.
Let's go. Let's go. Get that heat up.
Yeah.
All or nothing. Pritha's got to make his paycheck.
Yeah.
The urban mech switched targets to the Vulcan.
Yeah, interesting.
That is interesting. What's he need to hit him with? Come on, give me the little thingy. Needs a 10. So fairly decent chance of not getting hit. That Vulcan can't eat an AC-10 round too well either, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
Oh, no. He definitely cannot.
Shadowhawk's
He's got the same armor profile. In fact, his legs are a little bit lighter than the urban mechs. And the Thunderbolt twisted. Is he firing on the Vulcan as well? The Thunderbolt is firing on the Vulcan. Large laser needs a 6. This could be bad for the Vulcan. Large laser and an AC-10 shot, that's 20 points of damage. We'll see what the roll-up is in a minute.
It's in minimum range for the AC-2, so I think the Vulcan pilot's just going to Alpha Strike.
Yeah.
So let's see the results here.
So the Marauder takes some more hits, nothing big.
Yeah, just still on that left side. It's
The
swooping
Marauder
through now,
misses the
but
2 PPCs again. We're going to start
yeah,
calling them...
another
Uh-oh.
big whiff.
Oh.
Urban Neck missed.
Yep. The Shadowhawk has stripped
Shadowhawk
some
got a
armor.
critical. Yep.
Critical, no effect.
But yeah, that
the
center
Phoenix Hawk,
rear
did I-
torso only has 3 armor remaining.
Phoenix
the left
Hawk.
torso is through on the
Yep.
Phoenix Hawk.
Phoenix Hawk is now at moderate damage. It's starting to take internal structure.
Large laser, center torso on the Vulcan. 2 armor remaining on center torso on the Vulcan.
Oh yeah, the Vulcan has taken some hits now. Good call. I almost missed that. And then the Vulcan on the Thunderbolt got a couple of points of damage in. The Thunderbolt's already taken a little bit of damage, but nothing big. But yeah, that's interesting.
All right.
Now we got some physicals.
That's an interesting round. Yep. Let's see. Yep. Phoenix Hawk is going for a physical. Vulcan can do a physical on the Thunderbolt. He's going to go with a kick.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You want to kick that head right off the top of that mech.
It's a 91% chance to hit.
Nice.
For 8 damage.
Nice. Well, it won't quite take the head off, but it does kick.
Pilot of Thunderbolt takes damage.
Yep. So the Thunderbolt pilot, that's Beach, has taken 1 hit to the head.
Yeah.
And
conscious.
everything else is good to go. Nothing I have to update there. So.
Yep.
All right. Kimberly Beach takes a smack to the face.
The head, though.
Yeah.
That's big. There's
That's
only
big.
1 armor remaining on the head.
1 armor, 3 internal structure. You get 4 points of damage in that head, and they're screwed.
Yep. And Phoenix Hawk still riding that heat curve pretty hard.
Yeah, he is. But I mean, at this point, he's only adding 8 heat with 2 lasers and running.
Yeah.
So.
Taurians won the.
Yeah, they did get the initiative again.
Man, I think that Marauder is just going to have to back up again. I mean, there's not really much else you can do.
I almost wonder if moving your Vulcan first might not be a bad call. But we already know what their first move is going to be. It's going to be the Urban Mech moving towards the Marauder. Unless it diverts to the Vulcan. Because at this point, that's not a bad move to make to get that bastard out of the way.
Yeah. I am actually going to... That was pretty hard. I mean, basically, the Vulcan can't take any more hits to the center torso like that. That was pretty rough. So,
yeah,
I think I'm going to play it pretty safe. I'm going to jump out of range into the woods and try to get several hexes of woods between me and the target. It means he won't be able to fire back, but he won't be able to be fired on.
And give you a chance to come out when the striking's better.
Yeah. Urban moved up going after that Marauder.
Well, it was a 50-50 as to which way it was going to go.
Yeah.
It's probably a little bit heavier than that.
It's just going to have to back up again.
And quickly run out of room from the looks of it. You can go all the way up to the map edge, I think.
Yeah, just one before the map edge. I don't want to turn, though, because that could put it in a position where the Phoenix Hawk could get into its rear arc, but the Shadow Hawk couldn't get into the Phoenix Hawk's rear arc. So yeah, I think I'm just going to back straight up again.
And the Thunderbolt diverted.
Thunderbolt is going after that Vulcan.
That is interesting.
Now this is interesting because I got to do something with the Shadow Hawk before the Phoenix Hawk moves.
Yeah. And the Shadowhawk only has a jump of, 3, right?
Yeah. Not very good.
No. So you're limited on movement options.
I think I'm just going to jump. I know I'm not going to be able to get another rear arc, not without exposing the Shadowhawk to a rear arc. So I think I'm just going to jump into the woods to the left side of the Marauder just to be in a supporting position there. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Not a bad... Ooh. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's actually really good because now the Marauder is between it and the Shadowhawk.
Yeah, and a simple torso twist puts him in your front arc.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how the combat round goes.
Yeah. Okay. Marauder.
Oh, I forgot to tell you if you didn't know. This should... I didn't verify this either. This should have a 10-round time limit. I'm pretty sure it's in the rules. I need to look at...
yeah, because I remember... Oh yeah, it was from the Mega Man console.
Yeah.
That when you did that first battle against the infantry or whatever, timed out after 10 rounds, and you're like, oh no, I accidentally.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember that. Yeah. Well, the 10 round limit is in effect, and this is, I want to say it's like 6 or 7 that we're in right now. This is, oh no, I'm sorry. This is round 5.
All right, so after this will be the halfway.
Yep. Definitely feels longer. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure why. Don't worry, folks. If you're worried about how long these fights are going to last, they will last as long as they need to. But my fights probably be a little bit faster, just because I tend to barge right on in there and go for the shots, win or lose.
Yeah, and I'm sure once we do this a bit more, it'll get more streamlined.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna fire everything except one PPC from the Marauder at the Phoenix Hawk. It's gonna get toasty, but
sometimes you got to go big or go home.
Yeah, and of course the Phoenix Hawk is returning fire on the Marauder. Let's do the Shadow Hawk now. Can the Shadow Hawk do? Not a whole lot.
That Phoenix Hawk is looking at 6s to smack you, and again he's gonna be riding that heat curve too. But a couple of good shots from the Shadow Hawk may disable the Phoenix Hawk's superiority at the moment. Those 2 lasers and 2 machine guns are nothing to laugh at.
Yeah. I am just going to Alpha Strike everything except obviously damage AC5 at that Phoenix Hawk. Now, the Vulcan cannot hit the Thunderbolt. He can hit the Urban Mech, though, I think. With
Line of sight is blocked. You got 1 intervening woods, 13 hexes between you and the Urban Mech.
And I don't think the Thunderbolt can hit the Vulcan either.
He shouldn't be able to.
Just fire off a shot at the Urban Mech.
Oh! Ooh, Phoenix Hawk's taking criticals.
Yep. Critical on the hip in the right.
That's a bad one to take, too. That is horrible.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
That means unless it's going to jump, it's going to...
Or run. It
Yeah.
can't run, and it has to do a PSR for a run. Marauder takes a little bit more damage, but nothing it can't shake off. The Shadow Hawk blasts the Phoenix Hawk, but everything missed.
Yeah, everything
and
missed.
The Urban Mech...
Sorry,
go ahead.
I was going to say that the hits were only in single digits, so...
Delhay
Delhay
took a hit. That's a hit for Delhay going down.
Yep. Falls.
Yeah.
Just falls on the right torso, so not a significant amount of damage there.
She missed that second PSR by 1 point.
Yeah.
Golly.
But takes this is the first hit,
Yeah.
Who was the other pilot that got hit? Oh,
that was Kimberly Beach.
Pilot.
Yep. Yeah. The other Taurian pilot.
Yeah, so now 2 pilots on the Taurian team have damage.
Yes.
But stays conscious.
So currently, both teams' medium mechs, or lead medium mechs, are at critical damage. Everybody else is light or none. Foehammer is still losing initiative.
Yep. So actually, that was round 6, I think?
No.
Or is this round 6?
This is 6. We're going into round 6.
Yep. So, just at the halfway point now. That Phoenix Hawk is prone, so that is a prime target.
Do keep in mind
optimal.
What does the rules say for this? The rules don't specifically say engaging a downed mech, but there's something about. Oh, it's in the fan roll modifiers. Intentional pilot kill, attacking an unconscious pilot or mech. Okay, yeah, as long as you don't intentionally kill a pilot or attacking an unconscious pilot. So you're good to go.
They're still conscious, so yeah.
I mean, you could still do it then too if you wanted to. It would just incur a penalty on your fan roll.
Yeah. Well, I think the Davions would be very, chivalrous on that
thing.
Yeah. So if
it's
the
not like
it's
it's
unconscious, that would be one thing, but yeah.
It's not like it's like 30-60 something where everybody's just trying to stomp on the Blakist and the Blakist are just like, fuck all of you.
Yeah. So Marauder's just gonna back up.
The Urban Mech scooted up.
Yep. Now, do I want to have the Shadowhawk pivot go after? No, I think they're just gonna try to go after the
down Phoenix.
Just trying to knock out the leader of the Taurians while they have the opportunity. I think though the Shadowhawk is just probably gonna stay there. Maybe I don't see a lot of good move options that would leave it open to the urban mech no matter what. And there's still two hexes. No matter where the urban mechs move, there's still two hexes of woods between it. So yeah, I think the Shadowhawk is just gonna stay there. Oh,
All right.
that Thunderbolt is going
Thunderbolt.
right after that Vulcan.
Yeah, but he's left himself open for you to jump in behind his backside.
Yep, yep. So
that was
exactly what the Vulcan is going to do.
I'm not sure what
right.
I'm not sure what Beach was thinking about pressing up on you like that.
Yeah, probably just saw that center torso.
Yeah, yeah.
One more good hit was gonna.
That's
But it had to commit a lot of movement to get up there.
Yeah,
And
that's definitely a rookie mistake. Going for the. Oh my! The Phoenix Hawk has taken more critical damages trying to stand up.
Oh, standing up. Yep.
Yeah. And that means
so
it still is.
Piloting roll to stand up, fell on the right rear torso. Critical hit, 2 criticals on the jump jet. So yeah, basically this thing cannot. Well, it can still jump.
It can still stand.
It's severely limited.
Oh wait a minute! Oh yeah, the hip actuator. I thought I saw another actuator on top of the hip.
No, because it can still jump, but actually I don't know. I guess we'll find out if it tries to jump with a hip actuator how that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that. I know running. I know running on a busted hip actuator triggers a PSR.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's I think it's like a +2 or +4. It's like a ridiculous one. I just remember thinking if I've got a hip busted, don't run. Period.
Yeah. I think the Marauder is just going to. They still got a lot of heat, so I think they're just going to do medium lasers and AC5.
Safe.
PPC.
It's prone. It hasn't moved, so I'm sure the modifiers will be nice. Although you're more than a hex distance, so
it's a 7 to hit on a PPC. I'm just thinking about do they want to fire at least one of them? Is it worth the heat? I'll say it's worth the heat. Just fire one of them. Hey, for the opportunity to take down the,
not just a mech kill.
Team. Yeah.
Not just a mech kill, but an elite kill.
Yeah. All right.
I'm actually surprised the game didn't mark that one as forced withdrawal. Although I guess technically that's not forced withdrawal. It's just got some bad crits on it.
And since the Shadowhawk is basically he's neutral right now, just do Alpha Strike into
the Urban Mech has reached out to touch you. Needs an 8.
Yeah.
That could be a problem depending on where it hits, if it hits.
Yeah. That left side has taken a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Did leave that open, so we'll see what happens there. All right, firing to the rear arc of the Thunderbolts. We'll do machine gun, flamer, medium laser, and hell, why not? We'll do an AC2. It's 12 to hit, but.
Yep. All right, let's see. Phoenix Hawk is just taking crit after crit.
Oh, well, here's the first head hit for the Taurian team.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Prissa takes a head hit. Okay.
Yep. So, actually, I'm jumping a little bit too far ahead here.
Nope, you're good. You're
good.
You're good.
Phoenix Hawk took a critical on the hand. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And it lost its left arm. The Phoenix
Hawk, while down, fired medium laser at the head of the Marauder and took a hit. So Susan Pythra takes 1 hit, stays conscious. Shadowhawk fires on the Phoenix Hawk, destroys the left arm.
Yep. I think somebody needs to tell Delhay to go ahead and call the surrender on that one. But maybe the Taurians, don't believe in surrendering to the Davions.
Well, I mean, it is bitter rivalries.
Yeah. Maybe they went into this match with no surrender clauses.
Yeah. Vulcan, hit both arms with machine gun and flamer. So, the worst rear arc table shots you can get.
Yep.
Basically, just hit the arm. So that's
I'm waiting for at this point, I'm starting to wait for the Marauder to get in there with Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
But I'm
Now,
afraid the Marauder's
Vulcan
taking too much
can
damage.
do a kick
Alright,
for
kick
a
him.
physical attack.
That's the only physical.
58 to hit. We'll see what happens.
Hits left leg.
Left leg 21, but yeah, nothing there. And only succeeded by 1 on the piloting skill check. So it was
Only needed one.
one there.
Only needed one. Alright, let's see. Heat.
Yeah,
Phoenix
Marauder
Hawk is...
generated a lot of heat there.
Yeah, it did. It's running hot.
Yeah.
But I think that Phoenix Hawk is pretty well neutralized for the most part, so that the Marauder will have a chance to cool down, I think.
The Taurians are just winning initiative.
Yeah, they are.
Initiative here.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to check my initiative settings. I'm pretty sure I built the or put the There's a check mark you can do for initiative to help help mitigate one side winning initiative a bunch.
Yep.
That's at least 3 turns in a row, though. Erbimek has already scooted up. He's not moving, in fact. He is staying right where he is.
Yep. Phoenix Hawk and Vulcan and Thunderbolt to move, so... Well, you know what? I think Shadowhawk is also just going to stay there, because this Phoenix Hawk is not going to be going anywhere fast.
No.
And I don't think it can... Unless it goes into the woods, I don't think it can really get anywhere where it's going to be hard to hit it, so... I think Shadowhawk is just going to hold as well.
Oh, the Phoenix Hawk got up.
It stood up. Yep, it did stand up, but yeah, it can't go anywhere. So now it's Vulcan and Thunderbolt. Man.
Maybe disengage and...
I'm thinking the Vulcan just basically, even though it hit, it basically whiffed on those. But the problem is it can't really move anywhere where the Thunderbolts can't get it. It can either just turn around, or the woods behind the Vulcan are too far away to either to run to or to jump to. It's basically got to stay in these woods somewhere. Otherwise, it's just going to be open ground.
But it absolutely cannot stand up to that Thunderbolt face to face for a number of reasons. The biggest one being the damage output.
I think all it can do is just jump to the woods over here. It's going to leave it open, but we'll see. Okay, so it did succeed on the
PSR plus 2.
1.
PSR plus 2 for the hip actuator on the stand-up check.
Yeah. All right, Marauder.
That's not a bad move for that Thunderbolt to have made. Try to get out of the trees so you can get a clear shot on the Vulcan.
Yeah.
And that might actually be not too bad for... Yeah, Megamax shows no obstructions in the line of fire.
Yeah. So the Marauder is going to fire everything except the PPCs on
the P-Hawk?
On the Phoenix Hawk, yeah. That'll actually get it cooled down quite a bit. Phoenix Hawk returns fire on the Marauder. Shadowhawk is going to... I think it's just going to Alpha Strike again on the Phoenix Hawk.
God, I really hate trying to get the mouse pop up. There we go.
Yeah.
Ooh, they need 2 3s and a... Oh, they're hitting you with a large laser and a medium laser and a machine gun.
Yeah.
This is going to get... That Marauder is going to get some damage because that AC-10 is probably going to hit with something low, too. Probably about a 7. Yeah, a 7.
Yeah, because I haven't moved.
Yeah, and neither did he. He stayed right there probably to get that shot.
Yeah. So that's the risk here, is that they're not moving, hoping to take out the Phoenix Hawk, but it leaves them vulnerable as well.
Yep.
Again, we were talking about that Urban Mech can just park just in range of the AC-10 and just be an annoying nuisance while they're focused
exactly.
on something else.
And meanwhile, that Phoenix Hawk is untouched.
Yeah. Let's see. Just going to fire medium laser and AC-2 at the Thunderbolt. The medium laser is a 12 to hit.
I was going to say, that's going to be long range.
Yeah. But the real dangerous part here is it's got the Thunderbolt is basically got a clean shot on the Vulcan. so
Yep.
we'll see what happens.
All right.
All right, weapons fire for the Marauder. Hits right torso, armor destroyed, critical with no effect. The Phoenix Hawk hits right torso, left arm. Not much armor remaining in either of those locations for the Marauder. Weapons fire for Shadowhawk.
It's doing some damage.
5 damage to right torso. Armor is gone on right
Mm-hmm.
torso on the Phoenix Hawk.
Got a lower leg actuator hit on the
Yep,
Phoenix Hawk.
man,
That Phoenix
this
Hawk is
Phoenix
taking
Hawk
a
is not going to be
beating,
able to move.
and he's
Very
down.
much.
And the Phoenix Hawk is down again. Somebody needs to tell Janine Delhay to just give it up. She's done with this match. She just needs to let it go before she dies on the field. But, that's a call that she's got to make. Or her team, anyway. And nobody amongst us cares that much
And
about
again,
the Taurians.
just failed that roll by 1 again.
All right, look at these heat curves. The Phoenix Hawk is at 4. Everybody else is cooled off.
Yep.
So that's good. Oh, my God. 4th or 5th round in a row losing initiative. I'm going to have to double-check that initiative setting. I thought I had it in there. But I may... I don't know. I'll have to double-check the settings for that. Because I definitely wanted... If it wasn't that, I wanted individual initiative. Which can be tedious for the computer to run the numbers. But it's a computer. It should be okay with learning numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But I also wanted the players to have full flexibility with their team, so individual initiative is probably not a good idea. But then, we don't need one team getting the initiative more often than the other team, because that's just redonkulous.
Yeah.
Anyway, that Phoenix Hawk ought to be withdrawing by now. That is just crazy.
Yeah.
We'll see what it says at the end of this movement phase. Obviously, it'll be up to you whether or not you engage a mech that is intentionally, that is intentionally attempting to withdraw.
Yeah, I don't think they would, but I don't know if they're going to. I think they're just from a role playing perspective. I think the Davions would just assume that Phoenix Hawk is going to withdraw, and I think the smart thing to do too is that Marauder is now going to try to focus on that urban mech now.
Yeah,
it actually has more armor on it.
That would be a smart thing because
that it's fun. So if the Phoenix Hawk for some reason does not withdraw and goes after the rear arc on the Marauder, that's actually better than trying to take it in
it can take a couple more hits.
Yeah. So I think the Marauder is just going to move up and go after that urban.
Yep.
Like,
he
nope,
spooked him. He just spooked him up out of there.
Yeah. All right. So.
Oh yeah, you're lit up like a Christmas tree on your armor diagram.
Yeah.
That is a lot of red, my friend.
Yeah. All right. Shadowhawk, I think, is also just going to move up and try to pursue that urban mech. Thunderbolt
is scooting up.
Looks like it's going to re-engage the Marauder and the Shadowhawk. Excuse me.
And you might be able to get that Vulcan behind it again.
Yes, actually I can. Just jump right back into his rear arc again.
Yep. Oh my, what do we got here? Oh my, Delhay is knocked out with 2 hits.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Out. Yeah.
What'd she try to do?
Tried to stand up.
Failed. Fell on the center torso.
Ooh, blew off an arm.
Fell on the right torso.
Oh my gosh.
Damage transfers to the center torso. Lost the right torso and arm.
And then tried to get up again.
Yep, tried to get up again, failed. So failed twice. Second time, fell on the center torso.
And has no center. Oh, that's the center torso rear that took the armor.
Yeah, but still, it's got no armor.
Oh, Delhay, give it up, girl. Give it up.
Now she's got 2 hits and blacked out. Yeah.
Yeah, give it up, girl. Oh, she ejected.
Yep, she ejected. Yep.
Oh no, wait, hold on.
Did she? Oh no,
that's yep. I misread that. But it did say the Phoenix Hawk is withdrawing.
Okay.
So the Phoenix Hawk is forced withdrawal for points. I'm counting that as a defeat on the Phoenix Hawk.
Okay, so now the Marauder is much cooler.
Who was the last one firing on that? I didn't. That's the one thing.
It was both the Shadowhawk and the Marauder. Although I think in the order it was the Shadowhawk last.
Okay.
So
I'm
would
gonna
that
give.
count towards Kathleen and Shadowhawk?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to the Shadowhawk.
Just because they were
Suzuki.
the last one. I mean, technically
Yeah.
it all resolves at the same time, but when it
Yeah.
was declared, I declared the Marauder first.
Yeah.
So
And really, technically, that wouldn't even be a kill credit, just because it was Dalhaze attempting to stand up that killed it.
yeah.
But we'll give that to Suzuki. So she'll get the kill credit and the experience point for that. And now we continue with the fight.
This urban mech is going to be in some trouble though. Marauder's going to fire both PPCs and AC5 at it.
Oof. And you've got the heat now though, because everybody cooled off.
Yep. Now the Shadowhawk is let's see. I think the Shadowhawk is just going to, because it's basically heat neutral right now with that AC5 out of commission. It's just going to Alpha Strike.
Yep, and the way the
urban mech.
Yep, and the way that guy's armor is set up, it's all like 8 to 12 points of damage per section that it can take.
And what's interesting now with the 2 to 3 ratio here, it looks like I do all of my declarations first. Because it looks like the urban mech has not declared any fire, neither has the Thunderbolt. But I'm doing the Vulcan now, so we'll just do machine gun, flamer, medium laser, and why the heck not? It's heat neutral basically at this point. AC 2 on a 12 to hit on the Thunderbolt.
All right.
So,
wow.
There you go.
The Marauder missed.
Everything.
Shadowhawk got a hit
for
though.
3-4 pilot. Yep. Right torso, 3 armor remaining. Everything else missed. Vulcan hits. Oh, no armor left on the right rear torso for the Thunderbolt. That's dangerous.
Yeah, ripped it all out.
And then the urban mech I don't think could hit. So it didn't fire. So the Thunderbolt just whiffed on its shots at the Marauder.
That's disappointing, especially when you open up such a big volley. Yeah, especially when you open up with a big volley.
Get to do a kick again.
Oh yeah, here we go.
They're on the same level.
I was just gonna say that.
It's a 58 to hit.
Hey, thanks Dragon Man for the follow. I appreciate that. Let's see. Right leg takes the hit for 8 damage.
Yep.
So the Thunderbolt is gonna get whittled down slowly.
There, but did succeed the pilot roll there.
We have 2 rounds remaining before we have to call it. Although at the moment, the Davion team is definitely in the lead because of the 1 forced withdrawal.
Hey, I won initiative.
Oh, you did. Congratulations. The computer finally took a pity on you.
Yeah. All right. What did it do? Did it do something with the Phoenix Hawk?
It can't. The pilot's knocked out still.
Yeah, I don't know, because it looks like the urban mech and the Thunderbolt did
Unless that is weird, because yeah, you're right. It should have done something, and it must have just. That is weird.
Yeah,
that is very weird.
Well, I think the Marauder is just gonna. Again, it's running kind of hot again. From firing those those PPCs have not been reliable for the Marauder.
Those missing PPCs.
Yeah. I think now it's just going to move up a little bit, maybe get some cover from the trees from the Thunderbolt, but still be able to fire on the urban mech, and we'll see what else happens. Oh, the urban mech's like, bring it.
All right, he's gonna join the fray, huh?
Yep. Now, what do I do?
Well, I hope you enjoy the show, Dragon Man. We're trying something here. It's basically Mega Mech 3-on-3 League. Fohammer, my partner here, he is playing on the Davion team. I'll be playing the Marik team here in a little bit. There's basically 4 teams currently for the playtest. Just trying to see if the rule set that I came up with is going to work and what changes may be necessary in order to keep it going. Hopefully at the end of this test phase, we'll be able to expand into the full 8 teams that I anticipated doing. So hopefully you enjoy, and BattleTech has definitely got its hooks in me, and it has been for a few decades. I don't want to say exactly how many. Oh, good. I'm glad you could hear me, because I don't know if it's me or if it's what. Like, my sound settings have been really weird lately. Watching YouTube videos, and I can't hear shit, even though the volume's all the way up.
All right, so the Urban Mech moved up.
Yeah, I saw that.
Challenging the Marauder. Now, what's interesting, I don't know what this Thunderbolt is doing. Maybe he's trying to get
That
a angle
is,
on the Vulcan.
yeah, that's,
But this
wow.
this Vulcan is just being an asshole.
Wow,
like
yeah.
like a light mech going after like an assault or something in like Mech Warrior Online, where they just stay in that like rear arc, just unloading nothing but machine guns.
Yeah, that's just, oh my god, that Vulcan. Yeah, if this was MechWarrior Online, that Vulcan would have had my blood pressure through the goddamn roof.
Yeah. So I think, man, those PPCs have not been doing much for.
Well, he's inside min range too, so.
Yeah, so I think those are just skip this turn, just go medium lasers. And it's an urban mech. Hopefully, we'll get something good here.
You just need a couple of good hits to crunch a urban mech. Crack it open like an egg.
Still in the minimum range for the AC5, but it's got a decent to hit, so and it doesn't generate much for heat, so
no.
Keep it heat neutral. Just do that. Let's see. Urban Mech just returns fire on the Marauder.
Yep.
Trying
to bring up the. What? What? Is he? Are you serious? He's only firing a small laser at you. Hold on, I gotta see something. What is going on with this urban mech, man? He is not thinking shit through. Right torso. He's got 6 rounds left. Why isn't he using them? Why didn't? All right, whatever, PC.
Like that, I think the pilot is probably. It's like that meme where the Atlas like basically destroyed the autocannon on the urban mech and small laser. He's telling him to surrender, so the urban mech just draws like a little penis on the on the Atlas.
That totally laser. Checks out.
He's good.
Yeah, Texas got a lot of stuff out there.
Twisted.
Yeah, see that he's hitting you with probably not a lot. Whatever's on. I think the large laser's on the right arm. I can't get it to pop up. There we go. Yeah, large laser needs a 7. All right.
AC5 hit the left leg of the urban mech, but nothing great there.
1 missile hit. 2 missiles hit total. Nothing big though from the Shadowhawk. Large laser hits the Vulcan, right torso, no armor remaining.
Yep.
And machine gun and medium laser hits the Thunderbolt in exchange.
Man, for this Vulcan being like the last, what has it been, like 2 or 3 rounds in the rear
he's
arc
holding his own. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing on the rear arc. Even though he's in the rear arc, it's still hitting the legs.
Yeah, it is.
Arms. It's like you're hitting everything but the torso. And I think it's on the right torso, right rear torso of the Thunderbolt. There's nothing left for armor.
Yeah.
It's just internal there. But yeah, can't buy a hit in that location apparently.
Yeah, no, I know that Thunderbolt. I'm still tracking only light damage on the Thunderbolt.
Yep.
And the Urban Mech for that matter.
83% chance to kick.
Right leg again. Still got plenty of armor there.
Yep. And succeeded by a lot on the piloting check. So yeah.
Yep.
Vulcan not doing much but being an annoyance.
Yeah. Del Hay wakes up.
Phil Haywood did wake up, and yeah, I did think they were withdrawing. We saw earlier.
Yeah. If you see there in the bottom of the text box, it says that it's crippled and withdrawing. So that.
Hey, that one initiative.
He did, and this is the. I was just gonna say this is the final round too.
We'll see what happens here. Is anybody going down in the last round?
You good over there?
Me?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
I'm just debating what I want to do. I think the Marauder, I'm just going to try to reposition it slightly to
Yeah.
hopefully, get the Urban Mech to still engage with it. We'll see what happens.
Dragon says he's not getting up. He's got a cat on his chest. Cats are very good at keeping you in your place, literally.
Yeah. Oh, the Phoenix Hawk. I don't know what happened there.
No, I don't know if he's trying to move
the
or if
Urban
he's
Mech
just.
stayed still. That's what happened.
Yep, the Irby's sitting tight, so that means he's gonna hit you with that AC-10. But
Yep.
you didn't move a lot either, so your attack roll shouldn't be terribly high.
Yeah.
Other than the PPCs at min range.
Shadowhawk's gonna
Oh!
bring that rear guard.
Oh, that was you that moved. And the Thunderbolt is trying to get up there, so I would wager. Nah, fuck that. Keep that Vulcan right on his ass and maybe it'll distract him instead of putting a large laser and a bunch of missiles in your face.
Oh nope, that is what happened. Phoenix Hawk got
He
up
tried to
and
get up.
failed again. Yeah.
Yeah.
And fell again on center torso this time.
Oh, you know what? It's on forced withdrawal, so it has to keep trying to get up to move.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what it's doing.
Yep. So yeah, fell, but stayed. Avoided damage on an 8. So.
Yep. All right, here we go.
All right, last
Final round of fire.
All
Let's
right,
see if you can
final
get.
round, we're just
Not
gonna-
that, I mean, you're still in the lead. You've got one mech defeated. Their medium mech is defeated. One of them, anyway. No, the Irby's a light. Anyway, yeah, you've got the lead. So all you want to do at this point really is probably just do what you got to do to keep the lead.
Yep. I'm just gonna.
Do I have any
I think, Dylan,
recommendations?
This is the final round. I think the Marauder pilot's just gonna try to. They're not gonna alpha strike, but they're gonna basically do both PPCs and both medium lasers. It's gonna be really odd if this was going on another round.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
would
yeah.
be like
Yeah, that would be a dangerous thing to do if this was not the
dangerous
final
thing,
round.
Yeah, but last round.
Dragon, the only thing
guess it still is pretty risky. Or go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nope, you're good. Dragon, I would recommend if you could find, if you're learning about BattleTech or if you're learning about Mega Mech, there's Discords for both. You could probably just do like a generic Discord Google search function and find them pretty fast. Mega Mech has a dedicated server, Discord server that has a bunch of people in there that have access to all sorts of tutorials type stuff. As far as learning BattleTech videos, you just have to keep looking on YouTube. I don't know of anybody in particular. Black Pants Legion, I think, does that sound familiar to you, Fo?
Yeah. That's what's his name? Tex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tex talks BattleTech. Black Panther Legion.
And there's another one. I want to say Death from Above, I think, is another community.
The other big one.
But I couldn't tell you like exactly what to look. Like you'd have to look up those names. I couldn't tell you who they are, like specifically or whatever. Oh, that Urban Mech took some internal damage.
Yep. Let's see. Right torso destroyed. So yeah. Right arm blown off. Critical
my.
Left torso.
No
left
actual
arm
critical.
blown
Well,
off. Lost both arms. Yep. Wow.
yep. That Urban Mech is. Oh my! We got a kill. Your Vulcan got a kill on the Thunderbolt.
Scrolling down.
3 hits for
yeah.
Beach.
Oh my goodness. Ammo explosion.
Beach took 3 hits.
200 damage. Blacks
Okay.
Out. Yep.
All right. So we're gonna have to roll.
Yep. Destroyed by ejection.
Yep.
Yep.
Destroyed by ejection, which means the mech is not completely destroyed technically.
Yep. Let's see. Urban Mech also fell down.
Thunderbolt is definitely defeated. That is a kill for the Vulcan pilot. So that's Hernandez.
Oh, the Marauder fell. Wow, what a final round. Urban Mech fell down, had both arms destroyed.
Marauder's got.
Thunderbolt had an ammo explosion. Pilot blacked out and ejected. Marauder also fell down, but didn't take any damage from the fall for the pilot. So
It lost all its armor.
And,
the Marauder lost all its armor in the left leg, so that actually bumps it up to moderate damage, but no big deal in the grand scheme of things. Like that's easy. What's called I think that big one there is the Thunderbolt dying, and you now have
a physical attack.
Yeah, on the Urban Mech, which is kind of it's almost literally kicking the dog while it's down.
Yeah, no, I think the Davions they're snobs. You know? they're not going to do that dirty. While I mean, maybe if it was still standing, they would. But after having both its arms blown off, even if there was going on, it would be out of the fight.
Oh yeah,
And I
most
don't think they
likely.
would kick it when it was down. We're superior. We're not going to do the low blow type thing. So we'll skip on the physical attack. Actually, the Vulcan can do a physical attack too. What is it on? Is that on the Thunderbolt? What is it on?
Are you talking about
it's on the pilot. It's on the.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, you can do that if you want, but somebody's gonna be mad about it.
It's like the run punter in Blood Bowl with
Yep.
Lost Team. Yeah, no, they're gonna skip that.
Dragon Man. The only thing I could say is, in my experience in the Mega Mech Discord, I did not encounter that as much, but I was there for a specific group of people within that community. So, for what it's worth, I hope that doesn't happen to you, because that's some bullshit. Because my personal opinion, and I'm not saying it's just because I'm streaming, but when you got somebody trying to join a gaming community, you should be open and welcoming to them and not worried about any damn thing else, because that is what keeps the game itself alive. That's my opinion, and again, I'm not saying that just because I'm streaming. I really do feel like that. Let's go ahead and do some post-round analysis stuff here. So give me a moment. We got some tallying to do. You are definitely the clear winner for that match. So let's see. Let me get my thoughts and my brain working correctly here. So you're gonna get. Find my thing. All right.
I don't know if this matters at all, but Kimberly Beach, the Taurian Thunderbolt pilot, was picked up by the Vulcan after the run was over.
Well, she took 3 hits, so that's gonna be a problem. Well, I'd have to look at the rules specifically, but anyway. All right, so you won according to Megamax. So that's 3 VP right off the top. And then on top of that, you defeated rather, a heavy mech. So that's 3 more. 1, 2, 3. You defeated a medium mech. Yep, you defeated a medium mech, which is 2 more victory points, 1 and 2. And then none of the mechs that were defeated were destroyed, so we don't need to roll 1d6, add up all relevant VP. So that is a total of 8 victory points. Now for your fan mod roll, which we'll do right there in the Mega Mech window in just a second. You get 1 because you won. There are no streaks yet. You didn't destroy any mechs. You didn't have a mech destroyed. You did not have physical attack kills or a DFA kill. So you get a 2d6 plus, if I'm doing this right, 2d6 plus 1. And you can roll that right there in the chat on Megamech, please. You just type in /roll 2d6.
There we go. /roll 2d6.
Yep. There you go. You got a total of a 7. I'm sorry. You rolled a 7. Plus 1 is 8, and that is plus 1 fan. So you had starting out 2 fans. Okay. So you had 2 fans at start. You gained 1. Now you have 3 fans. 3 times 8 is 24 wealth. You had 3, earned 24. You are now at 27. And your repair costs are going to be... let me get to the table. Where's the table? There it is. Alright, so you have 3 mechs that just require regular maintenance. The 3 that you did not bring out this week. You have a heavy with moderate. So that's going to be 4. You have a medium with heavy. So that's also going to be 4 points. And you have a light with light damage. So that's only... I'm sorry, medium with light damage. Yeah, I caught myself there. So that gives you a total of 7, 11, 13. 27 minus 13 is 17, 14. You have 14 wealth going into the next week.
All right.
And I will do the Taurians now. Taurians lost, so let me scroll all the way the fuck back up where I was just at. For victory points, the Taurians lost, so they get 1 VP. They did not defeat any of your mechs, so they don't get any more VP, that's horrendous. But at least they get 1 VP for losing. They get a -1 for losing. Wait a minute. Match loss is -1. Nothing else, so they get a 2d6 -1. I'm gonna roll that real quick. A total of oh god, that's gonna fucking hurt. 3 for a result of 2. That is that's a loss of 3 fans, and they only had 2 fans. So, wow. We're gonna have to address that because you can't. Well, the minimum number of fans you can have. I'm pretty sure I've got that written in the rules somewhere. Is that the minimum number of fans you can have is 1. And if I don't have that written in there, let's just assume that that's what I meant.
Yeah, I would just assume that. Yeah, that you can't have anything.
Yeah, you can't, because then you start getting to.
Fair, I mean that. It wasn't a terrible battle for them up until right at the end. With the Urban Mech and the Thunderbolt going down.
In the same round.
Yeah, they basically had in the same round. They had nothing standing at the end of the match. So, yeah.
New wealth earned is a grand total of 1 times 1, which is 1. And starting wealth was 3, so they now have 4. But they've got some big... This is going to hurt. Okay, so they start with 3 repair costs for the mechs that weren't used. They have a light... Nope, sorry. They have a heavy mech... let me scroll down. A heavy mech that was effectively... Where is it? Crippled, at the least.
Yeah, from the ammo explosion.
Yeah. So heavy... So that's 8. Jesus Christ. And then a medium mech that had heavy damage. Medium, heavy is 4. And then the urban mech, which is a light, that was moderate damage. Because it didn't actually take critical hits. Correct? It lost limbs.
Sorry, for what, the urban mech?
Yeah, the urban mech. It lost limbs, but it didn't actually lose critical slots. Correct?
Well, both torsos were blown off. So,
I guess we could call that. Well, hold on. Let me look at.
I guess it depends on your definition. I would count those as like critical hits because
let me see.
Torsos were destroyed.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. So crippled applies once a mech takes a single engine or gyro hit, a leg is lost or destroyed, or the mech is in a condition where it cannot fire any more weapons through damage, ammo loss, or limb loss. So it was at the very least that light mech. I'm gonna call that at least crippled.
Yeah.
Because. Well, actually, yeah, because it would have lost its 2 weapons.
Yeah, it lost all of its weapons.
Yeah, so that's crippled.
AC-10 and laser in arms.
That's another 4. So they have a total repair cost of 11, 15, 19. Holy shit! And they don't have any money. They're broke.
This was rough for the Taurians.
Yeah, so they are actually at a -15 wealth right now. So this is what I was talking about earlier or yesterday when I was like, if you lose, some of the repair costs are just horrendous.
Yeah.
Okay, that was that match, and that took a little bit longer than I was prepared for, but that's okay. We're gonna set up.
It was the first match, and getting back into it, just kind of seeing how things played out. I definitely took a bit longer on some of the terms that I know.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out the strategy and stuff, but I was kind of going into this thinking I would play a bit more aggressively, and definitely the early rounds were like super aggressive. The Phoenix Hawk just like dove right in there and basically forced my Marauder to back all the way up to prevent it getting in the rear arc. It just basically chased me all the way back up to the
that was
edge of that map.
that was a little unexpected on my part. Like I didn't expect the Marauder to get pushed like that. Can you click done so I can set up the next fight, please? All right, cool. Now I'm gonna add a bot. And we're gonna call this the Canopian Travellers. And then I'm gonna load the unit list for this match, which is the Industrialists versus the Travelers. And I'm going to give the Travelers to that bot. I'm going to set them... Nope, I don't want to add bot. I want to change start. I'm going to start in the south. Travelers will start in the north. We're going to double check the map. It should be set right. Okay. Alright, and we're good to go. So real quick, for the viewers, I am taking out the Marik Industrialists, who will be using a Thunderbolt 5S, the same Thunderbolt that was just seen a moment ago for the Taurian Nationals. We also have an Assassin 21 and a Hermes 2S, and they will be going up against the Canopians Warhammer 6R and 2 Wasps. Thoughts, Mr. Fohammer, before I start this off?
Well, just looking at it, there is definitely a significant.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah,
I just saw the battle value difference. Yeah,
Yeah,
1,500 points difference.
yeah.
Oh,
That's a big one there. So yeah, obviously this is definitely favoring the Mariks here.
yeah,
Yeah, the Warhammer with the 2 Wasps is definitely gonna be. I mean, the Warhammer itself is a tough mech, but I mean the Thunderbolt is easily a match for it. Plus the Hermes and the Assassin. Um, I guess it's really gonna depend on what happens with those Wasps. I mean, they can go down really fast, but um, if for whatever reason they don't, they're not going to do a whole lot of damage unless they get to a rear arc or something. But I think this is going to be going into this. This looks almost like it's a 3-on-1.
yeah.
The
It does.
you know
It does.
the
And I didn't even really give it a whole lot of thought. So what I did was for the bots, or for the AI teams or NPC teams, whatever you want to call it. I have a little table that I use to determine what their team composition is going to be for the match, and it runs through all the different. I don't know if it's necessarily all the different permutations, but with the limits of 3 mechs and ranging from 3 to 7 points total based on their weight class, there's at least 6 different variations on that that meets those parameters. And so what I did was I rolled dice to determine what the AI teams are going to be fielding. And it came up for the Travelers, it came up with a heavy and 2 lights, which is a total of, I'm going to say 5 points off the top of my head. The team that you just fought had a similar setup. I think it was a heavy and 2 mediums, or no, you had a heavy, medium, and a light, which is, I want to say 6 points off the top of my head, maybe 7. So, yeah, it was meant to be random, but now looking at it, there's a couple of glaring advantages on the Marik team here. Number one, their elite pilot is in the better mech, the sturdier mech, I should say.
yeah, is in the sturdier mech, whereas the Canopians have their elite mech in the lightest mech.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like, yeah, that not only could this turn into a 3-on-1 very quickly, but they could also be down their best pilot very quickly.
and going against the bot, there's some things that can be assumed, and there's a handful of things that should never be assumed. One being, just don't assume the bot is going to use any idea of what we might consider to be sensible logic. Generally speaking, the bot is going to go for the best possible firing solutions, which can bog things down because it's trying to find the best place to put an individual mech based on various things. Now, one thing I noticed, you did a really good job of baiting the bot. What we're going to see here is I'm just going to slog right into it, and I'm just going to kill the mechs as fast as I can.
Yeah.
Not that there's necessarily any lack of strategy or anything like that, but just I'm going to get in there. I want to kill them. That Warhammer is going to be my number one priority. Depending on what the Wasps end up doing based on the terrain that gets generated randomly, I'm going to leave the Assassin and the Hermes to take care of those, while the Thunderbolt just goes straight for the Warhammer. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I really do want the Mariks to win because I do favor the Mariks or the Free Worlds League overall. As far as my Intersphere factions, other than the Word of Blake, the Free Worlds League is one of my favorites, or is my favorite. So let's see what happens. I do need you to click done, unless you got anything else you want to add before we continue.
Nope, I think this should be a pretty interesting match. Again, I think it very heavily favors the Mariks.
Oh yeah, it does.
We'll see what happens. But, I mean, I there's been plenty of times where I've had my ass handed to me by Princess Bot, just going into it, where I thought that it was going to be completely one-sided, and then they just go on suicide runs and get the needed criticals, and all of a sudden, it's you're looking at getting humiliated by a bot. So
Yep.
we'll see what happens.
RN Jesus gives, and RS Jesus takes. All right, so I lost initiative here, it looks like. So let's see what happens. I'm going to get this out of the way. I've got some half decent. I've got some wide open terrain here.
Yeah, I was gonna say this compared to the
Oh,
last map,
man.
but the last map wasn't really like, wasn't exactly, lacking for cover, but this definitely has some stretches where it's wide open.
Yeah,
You get into,
that's
like,
going to be good for me.
southeastern corner of the map, yeah. And
If-
plus the
yep.
center of the map being where the higher elevation is, you could definitely, if there's mechs along the edges, get some good firing arcs and stuff.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my Hermes. I'm going to start deploying in the bottom right corner and try to draw them out into a position where my Warhammer can just, or excuse me, not my Warhammer, my Thunderbolt can just run right up the middle. And I'll leave my 2 faster guys off to the right here to kind of swing. Like, they're going to, basically, I'm going to shoot them straight up. And as soon as I see their wasp moving off, whatever they do, that's when I'm going to send them in. Like, to cut into the center of the map. I want to get in there. I want to get in that Warhammer's face. I want to rip his head right off his shoulders. So that's my plan.
Losing initiative.
Yes, of course. All right, we're going to move the Hermes up. Like I said, we're just going to move these guys, my 2 faster guys, straight up as far as I can. And I'm going to try to hook in.
Oh, see, they're going for the block there, moving the wasps over to try to get in your way.
That's 3 hexes, so I at least have a +1. And he moved probably 5. Where is it? Ran 5, so that's +2. Let's get up there. Let's see what happens. All right, here we go. First round of fire. Oh, I am looking at some big numbers.
Yep.
Let's see. Well, this guy's got a lower number. 15 to hit with the AC 5. And a 16. No, he's not even going to be able to hit him. He can put a little bit of fire on the Warhammer, so he'll do that. The Assassin. Long range missile. Twist. He can hit him with that as well. Now for the big boy. 10 on the large laser. Then go up to the LRM 15, which is going to take an 8. And that's my heat cap. But I don't think I have anything else in range yet. Nope. So that'll do it. Let's see what happens. So the Hermes fails to hit. The Warhammer fails to hit. The Warhammer takes a little bit of damage from the Assassin LRM 5. So the Warhammer is light damage. Let's see what else we got. The Thunderbolt hits with 6 out of 15 missiles. So the Warhammer takes a little bit of damage. Not a lot. But we're off to an okay
Not bad
start.
for an opening round, though.
No. I would have liked a little bit more damage on that Warhammer, but continuing the tradition lives. Now I have to think a little bit about my movement. I don't want to move my fast guys yet, because I'm pretty sure this is the round where I'm going to be starting to flank in on him. So I'm going to bring him up to here and then cut over like that. Okay, now, damn it.
And the Warhammer just mirrored your...
Yeah,
your
he
movement
did.
pretty
He did
much.
exactly what I didn't want him to do. I was trying to get one of those fast guys to scooch a little bit. Okay.
You zigged and he zagged.
Yeah, he did. All right, I'm just going to come up like this and see what happens. See what they do. All right, the dance has begun.
Yeah,
this is where I have to
the
be...
Wasp is trying to get into the rear arc of the Hermes.
Yep.
You move the Assassin
No.
up and leave it
No.
vulnerable to the Warhammer, or you just
Nope.
do like a
Because
wide
what'll happen,
arc around the Hermes?
he's got to do a wide arc, and here's why. If he were to go here, for instance, well, you can't see what I've done. If he were to move in directly behind the Wasp that has already moved, he will have both the Wasp, the second one, and the Warhammer, and some really nasty places to be shooting at a light mech or a medium mech. So, yes, he is going to have to scooch up. He's going to have to come around, and I'm going to go to here, and that'll do it. We'll see what that Wasp does. He goes into the rear arc of the Hermes.
They're NASCARing you.
Yeah, they are. They are NASCARing so hard. Alright. Flamer. These are all 10s. That's not good. Yeah.
Taurian Thunderbolt, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, for him, that was probably the best option because you didn't take the bait of going into the woods to try to get the rear arc on the Wasp. So
My assassin has a shot, not in his rear, probably.
yeah, I think it's still.
It's gonna be a. I mean, damage is damage, so I'm definitely gonna do it.
Yeah,
but...
I think it's 1 hex out of being in the rear arc.
All right, and now for the Thunderbolt to lay waste to this Warhammer. Large laser, medium lasers. I can do one more. And we'll do that. That's going to put me up really hot. I'm going to be super hot. But that might do some good damages. All right. The Wasp takes a little bit of damage. Thank you, Hermes, for doing that. Which Wasp is that? The first one. Let's see. The Thunderbolt takes light damage as well. The where am I? Assassin on the Warhammer, more light damage. The Wasp, the Hermes missed. The Thunderbolt hits the Warhammer.
The Warhammer falls down.
Oh my! And is technically taking 2 critical hits. That means
on the machine gun and the SRM.
That means the Warhammer, technically speaking, is now in a crippled state.
Yep.
Holy shit. That is impressive. And that's all because he failed.
Huge.
That's huge. I mean, we talked about having some massive advantages a moment ago, but this right here, taking that loss on a PSR, is going to be oh, the Hermes is down. He got kicked.
Yep.
Did I mark the Hermes for taking damage? I need to.
Yeah, and the pilot took a damage hit.
Oh, he did too, didn't he?
Yep.
Son of a bitch. Milkovich, what are you doing? What are you doing to me, buddy?
Yeah, this one might end well before the 10 round.
I'm hoping. Honestly, I'm hoping to, but mostly because I'm trying to be fast and not necessarily the smartest. That Warhammer's at 7 heat, and I am at 9 heat with my Thunderbolt. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to cool off a little bit.
It's still got its PPCs, but it's gonna be its SRM is actually only took 1 hit on the SRM, so I think it's still functional. But...
Yeah. It lost one of the SRMs and one of the machine guns, so it's still got a lot of its firepower.
What is it doing? Is it trying to like? It didn't say it was withdrawing.
No, it
didn't.
Stood
up and turned its back to you.
That's silly talk. I'm gonna move in closer and see what I can do to it.
Unless maybe it's just trying to get in a position where it can torso twist and still fire on the Thunderbolt. But yeah, I'm
just inside.
The question is, do you what?
Well,
you
hold
probably
on.
Move the assassin up. Sorry, I'm talking over you. I'm just
No, you're good. I'm thinking of how I want to do this because I just realized I want to get inside minimum range of the PPCs, and I think that's just moving straight up to them is the best option. I don't have minimum range, so I can just let loose.
And here comes the Wasp.
And here comes the Wasp. So the Hermes is good to go. The AC5 has a minimum range of 3. So if I get to 2 hexes away, that's not really good. Oh, wait.
I still can't believe the Wasp managed to kick the Hermes down, though. That was big for the Wasp.
Yeah. Get up. Oh, the Hermes can't jump. Shit. Okay, well, I guess we'll just do one of these things. 6, 9. That's going to put me right there. And that will give me 1 intervening light woods at 2 hexes range on the backside of that Wasp. And there we go. We made the PSR. Now I have a Wasp in my backside. That's going to be a problem. Also, the Assassin...
Kicked, so it's probably going to kick you again.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. LRM5's is minimum range of 6. I want to get... You know what? I'm just going to come in right here. And go for the best firing solution when the time comes. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, the Warhammer had a PSR trying to get up. And he well, let me rephrase that. Failed his PSR on the first attempt before getting up. So that's even better. All right.
He's torso twisting to fire on the Thunderbolt.
Yes, he is, but he's going to eat some lasers here in a second.
Yep.
Or maybe some SRMs. I'm not sure yet.
Wasp was firing on the Thunderbolt as well.
I saw that coming. Once he scooted in there, I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
that...
those Wasps can't do much, but,
Alright, that Thunderbolt's going to eat some damage from the... I almost said assassin. From the assassin and the Thunderbolt. Alright, what are we looking at here? 7s for machine guns. And I don't want to use my large laser because it's going to eat up too much. So, 1, 2, 3. I don't want to use that. I want to hit with my SRM2. It's going to put me at 7 plus heat. But we got some crit seekers going in there. Alright. Why am I trying to flame a... Did I... Okay. And I guess apparently I clicked an empty hex instead of where a wasp was. Whatever. Listen, nobody said I was smart. Actually, no. Nobody's ever actually said that. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. PPC at the Thunderbolt missed, so that's good. The Wasp missed. My Assassin misses, that's not good. My Hermes takes a couple points of damage. No biggie. Here's the one I want. Medium laser hits, medium laser hits, medium laser miss. SRM 2 hits, 1 missile, and the machine guns hit.
Yep, everything but 1 medium laser.
Yeah, everything hit, but it wasn't enough to trigger a 20 plus PSR.
Yeah, but it has no armor remaining on its right torso, only 2 on its right leg. So, yeah,
that's a
right
plus.
Side is definitely looking sketchy.
Yeah. Alright, now we're going to kick. Need a 9 to hit, so we're probably going to be doing a miss kick. Oh, wow, we actually did it.
Oh, my goodness.
Ooh, the Assassin, the Wasp number 2 has started to take internal damage.
Yep.
That puts moderate damage on that bad boy right there. Everybody should be at light damage or worse, so... I don't know, actually, has my Assassin taken damage? I don't remember. Let me see.
Oh, and the Warhammer just did a pivot.
Oh, my Assassin is currently undamaged, and it looks like it is literally not taking a hit yet. Okay, yeah, so he is breaking off. What are we looking at, like, here, Mr. Warhammer? What do we got? Ran 3 heat. So he is not going to be... Aside from the damage and stuff, he's not in a bad shape. I'm going to fucking... I'm getting in his face. My heat's up pretty high. I'm at 7 right now. But I'm going to just get in his face. And the Wasp is going to come in behind me.
Yep.
We're going to have a fucking Congo line. We're doing it. We're doing a Congo line. Because fuck you, that's why. Because I really hate when the bot does this shit.
Hey, this is a very realistic mech warrior.
Yeah, it is. It is. It definitely is.
The heavy mechs are just duking it out, and the light mechs are just, firing into their rear arcs.
Yep. All right, the Hermes is going to take on Wasp number 1. Doesn't have any very good numbers, but we're going to do it anyway. Oh, I can't even shoot
all
that.
in melee range. There's going to be a lot.
Oh yeah, there's going to be some kicking here. There's definitely going to be some kicking.
This basically just turned into like a wrestling match here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god, that Thunderbolt's got a chair.
Alright, that's at 17. Damn it. Oh, this will only put me at 5 overheat, so that'll be fine. And plenty of machine gun fire. Oh! Oh, I saw that. You know how Mega Mech has that little flicker? That Warhammer's gone. I hit something. With those crit seekers. Alright, let's take a look at the damage roll. Warhammer hits...
Oh, yep.
He only hits with a small laser. So that's fine. The Hermes misses, which I anticipated. The Wasp hits the Thunderbolt, rear torso, but negligible damage, we'll say. The Wasp number 2 is taking more internal damage. We already have him marked for moderate.
Critical on the center torso, yep.
Let's see. And then the Wasp at the Thunderbolt, negligible damage. Here's the biggie. The Warhammer suffers an ammo explosion. The pilot is knocked... Oh my god! Tung Du has taken 5 hits total.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Is he dead then?
To be honest, I'm not really sure.
I think it's 5 hits, isn't it? Something like that. 5 hits.
I think 5 is the max you could take. I think 6 is when you're dead.
Yeah.
That would trigger.
5 hits. Technically, it says he's blacked out. So
yeah, it would say he was dead. Warhammer's destroyed by ejection, so it's not destroyed, so we don't need to roll for that. Warhammer is definitely crippled, defeated, we'll say. That is a kill for the Thunderbolt pilot,
Yeah.
Min Zhou Zhao. Let's see. And the machine gun hits the right leg, but that's immaterial. All right, that is a big one. That is a big one, and that's exactly what I wanted to happen. Well, not so much exactly, but definitely wanted to defeat that guy.
Yeah, this match is effectively over.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Those Wasps aren't going to be able to do anything to these bigger mechs, and one of them already has critical.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no, the Wasp. Okay, I misread that. I thought... All right, so the Assassin finally has taken damage. The Wasp number 1 has lost a jump jet, but again... Oh, no, that bumps him up to moderate damage. Nope. That's actually heavy damage.
Heavy damage.
Yep. And the Assassin was kicked and missed a kick, but it made both PSRs. So everybody's still standing.
Everyone's throwing hands and feet.
Yeah, they are. That Thunderbolt's at 5 heat, so he's actually not in a bad spot heat-wise. I've lost initiative.
Yeah, that Thunderbolt's a smoking crater now.
No, well, yeah, the Warhammer, yeah.
I'm sorry, Warhammer. Yeah.
Yep, no worries.
Thunderbolt on my screen overlaps things is destroyed now. So
Yep. I'm just gonna back the Hermes up and see what happens.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get some separation here.
Basically saying that the match is over.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm
The
definitely.
only thing the Wasps can do is maybe if they're lucky, get a couple of criticals in, do some extra damage to Marik's. But yeah, the fight's over at this point.
Yep, and as you can see, I'm trying to open up space to see how those two Wasps respond. This guy's about to have a very bad day, though.
Yeah.
That's the best I can get. I'm not going to get into his rear arc. I knew the Wasp... Yeah, I knew he was going to do that as soon as I saw that. But that's okay. I don't think he can take my head off in a single kick.
What, medium laser and SR?
Yeah, medium laser SRM2.
Yeah.
So the Hermes, going to put a little bit of fire on this guy. Let's just focus this guy down. LRM5. And now for this guy. He doesn't... I don't even need to worry about heat at this point. I just need to put a bunch of damage on him. At this point, it's just about numbers. Alright. Let's see. Nothing big happening. The Wasp... Hermes misses his shots. The Assassin misses as well. The Hermes takes a laser. No biggie. Thunderbolt is blowing off limbs on Wasp number 2. Critical hit. Center torso. No effect. No armor. I don't
think there's anything in the left arm.
Yeah, that Wasp number 2 has taken critical slots, limbs blown off. That's basically crippled, based on that description I had earlier.
The Thunderbolt did take...
it lost a laser.
Lost all its armor on the left torso rear.
Oh, shit.
And critical hit on the medium lasers.
Yeah, see that. That's going to take him up to heavy.
I mean, the match is basically lost. There's no way that the Canopians are going to be able to win it, but they can still...
They can rack up that repair bill.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what they're going for here.
Yep, they can rack up that repair bill. All right, we're gonna try a one-handed punch. It misses. It kicks with the rear torso rear, and it hits the right torso rear. Armor remaining.
How does it kick and hit the right torso rear?
I think he's a level higher.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it says using rear punch table.
Yeah, he's got to have a height advantage on you then.
Yep. And I lost initiative again. Wonderful. Let's see, where can we go?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but it is a level 4 and you're level 3. So.
Yep. Yeah. All right, so now I'm gonna bring the Assassin up to here. So I don't know exactly where they're gonna go, and I don't want to bring the Assassin in too close because of those LRMs. Let's see. You know what? 5. Damn. Turn. Warhammer. I couldn't get any more turn. Otherwise, I'd have been able to get in a spot where if for the Wasp to get in my back, he had to be a level lower is what I was trying to do, but I didn't have enough movement. But that's okay, because I'm going to bring this guy around like this, and I'm going to turn him like this. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to put the Hermes right there. Weird, he didn't put the Wasp in my back. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Fire. And why not? It's an 11. I'm going to focus this guy down.
The Thunderbolt has 2 wasps in its rear arc, though.
Yes, this is
no armor on the right torso. This could be very bad.
Oh, you know what? I do have that large laser in that right arm, though. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh. Oof.
Oh my goodness.
Alright. The Wasp 1A, which is the only one I was firing at with all 3 mechs, is now crippled. It just lost its right leg.
Yep.
Totally destroyed. And nothing else really seems to matter too much. The Wasp 1A also lost its left arm.
Also, yep.
Thanks to that large laser. Uh-oh! The Thunderbolt just went.
Critical hits on the engine.
Yep, that bumps it that heavy up to crippled damage level.
Yep.
Shit.
So
The Wasp is down.
Wasp A fell. Yep.
And I met the 75% value for BV destroyed.
Yep.
All right.
Basically,
That is
just knocking the 2 legs off those wasps.
Yeah.
Took them out of the fight. So.
Yep.
Yep. And the Warhammer pilot's still unconscious. So yeah, that's the end of the battle.
Yep. It sure
But
is.
yeah, that 2 engine hit on the Thunder.
Oh yeah, that
right
was.
at the end.
Yep, and that couldn't have come at a better time, to be totally honest. All right, so the winner gets 3 victory points for my Mariks. They get, we defeated a heavy mech, so that's 3 more. I don't know, that light mech wasn't defeated, technically speaking. It didn't even have a chance to be defeated. We just won outright. So, I can't award any victory points for the light mechs being beat the hell up like they are. But that's 6 victory points total. We get +1 on the fan roll for winning. And I wonder if I should change. I'll think about that later. I'm not going to worry about that right now. +1 total, so I get to roll my 2d6 for the fan roll adjustment. +1. That's a 9 for a total of 10. And 10 is, I want to say it's +2, I think. Yep, +2 fans for the Mariks. So that's 4 fans total. And it takes us up to 4 times 6 is 24. 27 wealth. Repair costs are going to be a bitch. Let's see. Alright, here we go. Heavy mech crippled is 8, including and blah. So 3 for the mechs that are not on the match or not on the field. 8 for the heavy crippled. We have 2 mediums with light damage. So that will be +2 more. That's 13. 27 minus 13 is 14. 14 wealth remaining for the Mariks. And now for the Canopians. They get 1 victory point for losing the match and nothing else because they did not defeat any mechs. They got really damn close on that heavy, though. They got really close. So they get a -1 for having lost. No destructions. So roll that other dice. Roll 2d6 for a total of 7. -1 is 6. And that gives a result of no change. So the Canopians actually have 4 fans. They got 1 victory point, and they're going to earn 4 wealth. So that's going to be a new wealth of 7. 3 mechs that were not fielded. And I've got a heavy mech, crippled, which is 8. I remember that from a moment ago. And 2 light mechs that are also crippled. For a total of 4 each. So that's going to be 11, 15, 19, and they are at minus 12 wealth right now. So we're definitely going to have to look at that, some sort of stipend or something for the teams that are currently losing money.
Yeah.
They can also sell. They also have the option of selling off their mechs, particularly the ones that are damaged already. Although I don't believe I actually wrote those rules in. It was something I was looking at doing or considering at one point. I thought I had something in here about purchasing and selling mechs. I'll have to look at the rules later this week. But yeah, that was a couple of good fights there.
Yeah. And I'm actually surprised that this last one with the Mariks and the Canopians, it went all the way to round 6. And I mean, to be fair, that Thunderbolt, once it went down, that was the end of the match. But the Wasps actually held in there for a few more rounds. But yeah, it was pretty much one-sided from the beginning. And,
it was. Yeah, it really was.
That Warhammer was the only thing, keeping that team even slightly competitive. But to be fair, those Wasps did get those engine hits are going to be, that's going to up the repair bill.
Oh yeah, it definitely bumped it up from I think either 4 or 6 to an 8, just because of those critical hits.
Doubled it right there. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. So like you said during the match, if nothing else, if they can't win, they can at least increase the damages and how much it's going to cost to fix everything.
Yeah.
But I think that was a pretty good series of matches. I think it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out. For obvious reasons, because it's entertaining and I love BattleTech. BattleTech is one of the biggest games I've been a part of for the longest. In fact, if anything, other than card games or some shit like that, I think BattleTech is probably D&D. I think I've had D&D longer than BattleTech, if that means anything. But looking at the battle values involved, we started at 36.66 for the Mariks against a 21.46 for the Canopians, a grand total of in the neighborhood of about 1,500 point difference. And the Mariks ended the match just under 90% of that initial value. And of course, the Canopians, they lost 75% plus.
Yeah.
Which triggered that victory condition. So definitely a lopsided battle. I think with a player at the helm of a Warhammer and 2 Wasps, that match would have gone completely differently. I think a player could have been a lot more strategic with placement and maneuvering with the Wasps and using that Warhammer as bait. I think the biggest thing they would have had to fight or deal with would have been that Thunderbolt still. But if you focus down the Thunderbolt, kind of like I did with the Warhammer, I think that match could have gone... It might have taken longer, but I think that match could have gone a little bit differently. Could have.
Yeah, I really didn't foresee I really don't see, even against the human player, that match really turning out a victory for the Canopians, at least not easily, not without some head hits or through armor criticals or something, some really fantastic luck. I mean, it was like you said, it definitely could have lasted longer, maybe with the human player, maybe even gone the full 10 rounds, but yeah, it was lopsided from the beginning, and working with what it had, I thought the AI actually didn't do a bad job.
They fucked up my Thunderbolt, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, it kept it in the rear arc of Thunderbolt. Like I said, it was just a Mech Warrior Online match. Just getting those rear armor criticals.
All right.
It could have actually been a lot worse, because if I remember correctly, I think the Thunderbolt has ammo in its right torso, if I remember correctly, and it had no armor on its rear. So
yeah.
That could have been a blown up mech there. If they had gotten,
I was definitely at those last couple of rounds. I was definitely trying to keep my back from being terribly exposed. In that very last round, it actually was exposed, the worst way I could have been. But I just didn't have enough movement to prevent it. And my thought was, well, at least next turn I can turn with the cliff, basically a cliff to my back, where they have to go down a level if they want to get the back shots. which, as close as they were, wouldn't have made much difference for movement points. But at least, they wouldn't have been able to, they would have had to punch at me. So, and they're, I don't know. I was thinking a couple of different things all at once, but that last fight was definitely, it was brutal. And unfortunately, just based on the way things went, the way numbers rolled out, the Mariks did have a significant advantage. 1,500 battle value difference can be a
really
massive bonus.
Between both battles, the losing team had no mechs standing at the end of the matches for both teams. So that was pretty tough for both the losing teams there.
Yeah, guy took one of the Wasp pilots took a head hit. Did I mark that? I did not. Okay. Yeah, the Warhammer pilot is at 5 damage.
Yeah, still technically KO. He's not dead.
Yeah, no, he's still alive. In fact, I got to go back up a little bit. Where is it? Right here, medical bill cost. So it's at 5. So it's going to be 8 to bring him back. And actually, he's going to be out for 2 months. So he's out for the rest of this mini season.
Yeah.
Not that necessarily means anything because his mech is gone too. Well, not gone, but it's definitely going to be fucked for a while.
Yeah.
All right, well, that will do it. Foehammer, closing thoughts for the night.
Yeah, like I said, it was, good couple of matches. The first match was definitely, obviously there's much closer battle value there, but it was a real slugfest. Went the full, 10 rounds, then right at the end, the Taurians had, no mech standing at the end. The Thunderbolt got blown up, and the Urban mech went down with no weapons. The Phoenix Hawk was already down, so yeah, it fell apart pretty quickly. This one obviously didn't go the full round, but once that Warhammer went down, it was all downhill from there. But they did manage to get a couple of lucky hits there at the end.
Yeah,
that definitely stayed in the fight.
Yep, that's definitely gonna. It's not a financial loss. They can. It's not gonna. Sorry, my brain is running all over the place at once. It's a financial hit for sure, but it's not one they can't get out of. The two teams, in fact, that are in some dire straits financially are going to be the Travelers and the Nationals. Both taking negative double-digit losses in wealth. So I'm gonna have to look at that at some point this week coming up. But thank you for coming by and hanging out. That was a little over 2 hours of some fun Mech Warrior shenanigans, or Mega Mech shenanigans, I should say. I appreciate your help, and I'll be looking forward to some of your feedback as the rest of this playtest continues, and eventually as we move into, I guess it would technically be Season 2. It'll be, the late 3022 season. Yep. My friends, my viewers, thanks again for stopping by and hanging out, even if all you did was lurk in the shadows, because my lurk space is your safe space, or something I used to say once upon a time regularly. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the show. We will be back next Sunday. Fo, let me double check that with you. Are you good for next Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time?
Yep, good for next week.
Awesome. We'll come back for week 2. We've got, let me see. Off the top of my head, it'll be my team will be playing the team that you played against, and your team will be playing against my team. Not my team, the team I play. It's confusing. There's a schedule somewhere.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we should have Celesta with Friends, also known as Conversations on Loading Screens. And then Tuesday is Blood and Glory, my Pendragon campaign. Wednesday is Second Star, my Traveler 2300 campaign. And I can't wait to get back into the swing of things. COVID took me out for a week. COVID can fly a damn kite. But other than that, we're going to get out of here and enjoy the rest of our evenings. And I think you guys should too. Have a good one, friends. Stay safe out there.